All right.
Be seated. Okay, this is a 2 a.m. initial appearance calendar. I'm going to call you in individually. You'll state your name and date of birth. I will tell you what you've been booked on and whether an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I'm also going to give you the date of your next court appearance. I will let you know whether you're eligible for a bond or not. If it's a secured bond, that means you can go through a bonding company. Phone numbers for the various bonding companies are located in that jail area. You can call any one of them. They will accept collect calls. Now, if it's a cash bond, then you have to pay the entire amount of the bond. I'm also going to tell you if I've set any release conditions, like no contact with the alleged victim or no going back to the alleged scene of the crime. You need to follow each and every condition if you want to remain released. Let me remind you, if you've been ordered by a court not to have contact with the victim, and then you do so, you may be charged with an additional felony. Now, when you come into the courtroom, please be aware this is being all video recorded. So do not talk about the facts of your case, as you have the right to remain silent. You'll go behind the podium right there. After I'm done, you're going to get your paperwork from the court staff. That's going to show you your charges, your attorney information, where, when, what time your next court date is, whether you're eligible for a bond or not, and then it'll have a list of all your release conditions. Purpose of this hearing is to determine whether you're eligible for a bond or not. That decision is based on your past criminal history, any failures to appear, Arizona law, and your current charges. It's not based on personal information, so don't go into that. Finally, for the record, the orders for 10-print fingerprinting and the taking of DNA samples that were made on the first calendar of October 2025 shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Jorge Prado, come on in. And then Hendrik Nez to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Jorge Prado, February 12, 2000.
2/12 of 2000?
Yes.
So you have a Superior Court arrest warrant for 1 count of possession for sale of dangerous drugs, Class 2 felony, 1 count of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. These allegedly occurred February 19th of this year.
Yes.
I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. I'm also setting an evidentiary hearing for October 10th at 1:30. Here's why. You're on probation. Prior to that probation, you were released on that count. And while you were on release, these charges occurred. So because of that, Arizona has a rule, Criminal Rule of Procedure 4.2A7A. If you're out on release and you commit allegedly another felony, which there's 3 of them here, you can't bond out.
Okay.
You have to stay here. But you do get a chance to challenge that. That's going to be at that evidentiary hearing with your attorney on October 10th at 1:30, okay? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Hendrik Nez, come on in. Delano Thomas to the chair outside the courtroom. Hendrik Nez. Hendrik Nez. Hendrik Nez. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Hendrik Nez, 9/17/89.
9/17 of 89.
Yeah.
You have two matters. The first is the Superior Court new case alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference October 9th at 8:30. I've set a $2,500 bond. Now, the second matter that you have is a probation violation. You're on probation for a Class 4 felony. Probation is alleging you've now violated your probation by getting the new charge, a term 1. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. Pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C, you'll be held non-bailable. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Delano Thomas, come on in. Tamiko Childs to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Delano Thomas, 11/25/2001.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of fraudulent schemes, Class 2 felony, one count of money laundering, one count of illegal control of an enterprise. Those are both Class 3 felonies. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference October 9th at 8:30. I set a $150,000 bond. If you post that, no contact with the alleged victim. Got it? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Tamiko Childs, come on in. Stephen Hunter to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
My name is Tamiko Childs, January 10th, 1991.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of armed robbery with a deadly weapon, Class 2 felony, one count of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, one count of aggravated assault violating a protection order, Class 6 felony, one count of threats, one count of disobeying an order of the court. Those are both Class 1 misdemeanors. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference October 9th at 8:30. And set a $75,000 bond. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Stephen Hunter, come on in. Matthew McFarland to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Stephen Hunter, 11/27/74.
You've got a Superior Court new case alleging one count of animal cruelty, Class 6 felony, and one count of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. Based on your financial affidavit, I couldn't find that you're indigent. So you can do one of two things. Hire your own attorney or give more information to the next judge about your finances and what you owe on things and stuff like that, okay? Your next hearing is going to be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. I set a $75,000 secured appearance bond. You are not to care for, possess, or own any animals. Got it? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Matthew McFarland, come on in. Antoine Lewis to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Matthew McFarlane, June 17, 1983.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one count of aggravated assault that's a Class 2 felony. I could not find that you're indigent, so you can either hire your own attorney or give more information to the next judge to see if you become eligible. Your next hearing will be a status conference October 9th at 8:30. Set a $25,000 bond. If you post that, you're going to be on an ankle monitor. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime and no contact with the alleged victim. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Antoine, come on in. Victoria Guerrero to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Antoine Lewis, 1995, 11/9/95.
You've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. It's at a $25,000 bond. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime and no contact with the alleged victim. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Victoria Guerrero, come on in. Brian Cooley to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Victoria Guerrero, August 2001.
All right, you have 3 matters. They're all probation violations. You're on probation for 3 Class 6 felonies. Probation is alleging you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I've appointed a lawyer on all 3 of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition on October the 9th at 8:30. I've set a $5,000 bond on each. If you post these 3 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Brian Cooley, come on in. Alyssa Pena to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Brian Cooley, 10/7/73.
You've got a Superior Court arrest warrant for one kind of shoplifting, removal of goods. That's a Class 5 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. The judge who signed the warrant set your bond at $3,000.
Okay.
No returning to the alleged scene of the crime. Got it?
Yes.
Get your paperwork from the court staff.
Okay.
Alyssa Pena, come on in. Ricardo Lara to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Alyssa Pena, 10/13/99.
All right, you have 3 matters. 2 of them are probation violations. You're on probation for 2 Class 6 felonies. Probation is alleging you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I've appointed a lawyer on each of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. On the 2023 matter, where you've been reinstated 2 times before, you're going to have a $2,500 bond. On the 2025 probation, you're going to have a $900 bond. Then you also have a disorderly conduct municipal court warrant from Fountain Hills. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing for the limited representation regarding the bond issue. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, October 8th at 9 a.m. They had asked for a bond of $500. I reduced it to $100. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Ricardo Lara, come on in. Robert Yarbrough to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Ricardo Lara, 9977, Your Honor.
Okay, you're here on 2 matters. They're both probation violations. You're on probation for 2 Class 4 felonies. Probation is alleging you violated terms 3, 4, and 5. I've appointed a lawyer on each of these to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. On the 2021 probation, where you've been reinstated twice already before, you have a $2,000 bond. On the other one, the 2025 matter, 2023 matter, you have a $900 bond. If you post these 2 bonds, You must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Robert Yarborough, come on in. Deschanette Hill to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Robert Anthony Yarborough, 51084.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of shoplifting, class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. I set a $900 bond. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime. Got it?
Got it.
Get your paperwork. Deschanette, come on in. And then Ruben Amaya to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Deschanette Marie Hill, 10/24, 1973.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of shoplifting concealment, class 4 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. It's at a $900 bond. If you post that, no returning to the alleged scene of the crime, no contact with your co-defendant. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Ruben, come on in. And Taylor Crocker to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Ruben Amaya, March 10, 1994.
Okay, you've got a probation violation for your probation that you're on for a class 6 felony. Probation is alleging you violated term 135. You already had a court-appointed lawyer appointed for you on this. Your next hearing is going to be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. It's at a $900 bond. If you post this bond, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Taylor Crocker, come on in, and Corey Samuda to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Taylor Crocker, March 24th, 99.
You have a failure to appear warrant for one kind of possession of narcotic drug, class 4 felony, one kind of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. You already were appointed a lawyer. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30, and I've set a $500 bond. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Corey, come on in. State your name and date of birth.
Corey Samuda, 12097.
You've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of unlawful flight from law enforcement, class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 17th at 8:30. I will tell you, usually I do a big bond on these. But you have no record. So I'm going to give you a chance to be released to pretrial services, but I'll tell you, if you don't show up at that court hearing, you'll have a bond.
Okay.
Got it?
Thank you.
All right. Get your paperwork. Do we have our interpreter on the line? Is that our interpreter?
I'm here.
Hi, can you state your name and who you're with?
Yes. Hi. My name is Husam. You'll learn very Spanish interpreter today.
Okay, and we are...
In Spanish.
Okay, we are in court. My name is Cindy Nanetti. I'm a judge pro tem here in Maricopa County, and because we're in court, we do need to swear you in. Are you ready?
I am.
Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to interpret from English to Spanish, Spanish to English will be true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and ability?
I swear.
Ivan Serrano, come on in. All right, interpreter, I'll tell you when we're going to get started.
Okay, wonderful, man.
Okay, we're going to get started right now. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Okay, señor, dime tu nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Iván Lazalde, 8 de agosto del 84.
Iván Lazalde, August 8, 1984.
Sir, you're here on a Superior Court new case.
Estás aquí por un caso de la Corte Superior.
Alleging one count of aggravated taking ID to gain employment, Class 3 felony.
Estás por intento de ganancia de un ID para ganar empleo, es un delito de clase 3.
2 counts of possessing of a forged instrument, Class 4 felony.
También por 2 cuentas de tener un instrumento ilegal, clase 4. De ilegalidad.
And 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, Class 4 felony.
Y una cuenta de posesión de droga peligrosa, delito de clase 4.
I've appointed a lawyer to represent you.
Te coloqué un abogado para que te represente.
Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30.
Sorry, ma'am, this is your interpreter speaking. Repeat that one more time, please.
Your next court appearance will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30.
Tu próxima aparición en la corte va a ser el 9 de octubre a las 8:30 AM.
I've set a $2,000 cash bond.
Y coloqué una fianza de $2,000 en efectivo.
Get your paperwork from the court staff.
Puedes recibir tu papeleo del staff de la corte.
Okay, thank you so much, interpreter.
My pleasure, ma'am. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and shift. I appreciate your work.
All right, can I have James Atkinson come on in? And then Jose Rubalcaba to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
James Henry Atkinson, 12/18/1955.
All right, you have 2 matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 3 felony, 1 count of obstructing a highway or public thoroughfare, Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. I've set a $100,000 bond on that. Now, the second matter that you have is a grand jury warrant, which means the grand jurors met, they heard testimony, they found probable cause on 1 count of failure to register as a sex offender, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of failure to confirm your ID as a sex offender. That's a Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, October 10th at 8:30. I've set a $5,000 bond. If you post that, you're going to be on electronic monitoring. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Can I have Jose Rubalcaba come on in, and then Michael Harris to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Jose Mercado, 12/29/94.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of unlawful age misrepresentation, 1 count of luring a minor for sex exploitation. Those are both Class 3 felonies. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. I've set a $150,000 bond. Pursuant to Arizona law, if you post that bond, you must be on an ankle monitor. You are to have no contact with any minors. And you cannot access the internet through any means except for work. Do you understand?
I do.
Get your paperwork from the court staff. And then Michael Harris, come on in. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Michael Harris, August 2nd, 2003.
You have a Superior Court new, 3 matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of child sex trafficking sharing the benefit, 1 count of owning or managing a child sex trafficking victim, and 1 count of causing a victim to child sex traffic. All of those are Class 2 felonies. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30, set at $250,000 cash bond. If you post that bond, you'll have to be on an electronic monitor with no contact with any victims and no using the internet for any means except for work. Now, the next 2 matters are both probation violations. You're on probation for a Class 6 and a Class 4 felony. Probation is alleging you've now violated your probation by getting the new charges. Those are called Term 1 violations. I've appointed a lawyer on each of those to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. Pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C, you'll be held non-bailable on both of those. Get your paperwork from the court staff. You guys are my favorite.
All right.
Be seated. Did our FOJ get the paperwork? Okay, thank you. All right, this is the time set for the 5 a.m. initial appearance calendar. I'm going to call you into the courtroom individually. You'll state your name and date of birth. I will tell you what you've been booked on and if I've appointed an attorney to represent you. I'm also going to give you the date of your next court appearance. I will let you know whether you're eligible for a bond or not. Now, if it's a secured bond, that means you can go through a bonding company. Phone numbers for the various bonding companies are located in the jail area. You can call any one of them. They will accept calls. If it's a cash bond, then you have to pay the entire amount of the bond. I'm also going to tell you if I set any release conditions, like no contact with the alleged victim or no going back to the alleged scene of the crime. You need to follow each and every condition if you want to remain released. Let me remind you, if you've been ordered by a court not to have contact with the victim and then you do so, you may be charged with an additional felony. Now, when you come in the courtroom, please be aware this is being video recorded. So do not talk about the facts of your case, as you have the right to remain silent. As you leave the courtroom, court staff's going to hand you your paperwork. You'll see what you've been booked on, whether an attorney has been appointed to represent you, where, when, and what time your next court date is, whether you're eligible for a bond or not, and then it'll have a list of all your release conditions. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether you're eligible for a bond or not. That decision is based on your past criminal history, any failures to appear, Arizona law, and your current charges. It's not based on personal information, so don't go into that. Finally, for the record, the orders for 10-print fingerprinting and the taking of DNA samples that were made on the first calendar of October 2025 will apply to all matters on this calendar. Maribel Lopez, come on in. Dakota Loring to the chair outside the courtroom. Okay, state your name and date of birth.
Maribel Lopez, 12/8/1990.
All right, you've got 3 matters. The first one is a failure to appear warrant for 1 count of possession of narcotic drug, class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. You already have a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 13th at 8:30. I've set a $1,000 bond. Then the second one, you've got a failure to appear. This is on your probation violation. You're on probation for a class 6 felony. Probation was alleging you violated term 1. That's getting those new charges. You already have a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 13th at 8:30. So the $1,000 bond again. And then lastly, you've got a Superior Court new case alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference on October the 9th at 8:30. I'm also setting an evidentiary hearing on October the 10th at 1:30. Now, since you were out on release from felonies, you allegedly committed another felony, this new one, pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 4.2A7A. You cannot bond out. You're non-bailable. But you do get to challenge that with your attorney's assistance, and that's going to be at that evidentiary hearing on October the 10th. Okay? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Dakota Loring, come on in. David Smith to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Dakota Loring, 10/28/96.
All right, you have 3 matters. They're all probation violations. You're on probation for a class 6 felony, a class 5, and a class 4. Probation is alleging you violated term 3, 4, 5, and 15. You have an attorney on each of these appointed to represent you. Your next hearing will be a non-witness violation hearing, possible disposition, October the 9th at 8:30. On the class 6 felony, I set a $1,500 bond. On the class 4 and the class 5, you'll be held non-bailable pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedure 7.2C. Get your paperwork from the court staff. David Smith, come on in. Farley Smith to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
David Smith, 6/26/1986, ma'am.
You've got a grand jury warrant, which means the grand jurors met, they heard testimony, they found probable cause on 1 count of kidnapping, class 2 felony, 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, all class 3 felonies, 2 counts of aggravated assault while victim is bound, class 6 felonies, and 1 count of an assault, class 1 misdemeanors. These allegedly occurred August 17th, August 19th, August 22nd, and August 24th of this year. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, October 10th at 8:30. The grand jury judge sets your bond at cash only, $500,000. Get your paperwork from the court staff.
Is there anything I can say or no?
Yeah.
So, like, the bond on it, this is all, like, I was in Tennessee, and they, like, tracked me out with marshals. I would have came into court, like, I'm not running, like, I run a couple businesses. Is there
Well, I can't change that bond.
Okay.
That that judge knew a lot more information. You can talk to your lawyer about asking for a reduction, but I can't change it.
Okay, like the dates, so basically I was with the victim, like we didn't even know, she didn't even know. She was there when the marshals came in Tennessee. So, like there was no contact, nothing like that. I didn't even know there was a warrant.
But that doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, a lot of people think there's a warrant because you didn't know anything about it. They could put a warrant out even if they knew where you were.
Well, I'm saying the victim didn't know.
It's more on my guess is it's more on the type of charges that you have.
Okay. All right, man.
All right, get your paperwork.
Thank you, man.
Farley Smith, come on in. Marcia Turner to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Farley Smith, 09/22/1990.
You've got a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault, Class 2 felony, one kind of aggravated domestic violence, Class 5 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference October 9th at 8:30. I've set a $50,000 bond. Absolutely no returning to the alleged scene of the crime and no contact with the alleged victim. Got it? Get your paperwork from the court staff. Marcia Turner, come on in. Thomas Ludlow to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Marcia Marie Turner.
Marcia Turner, 11/15 of 79. Okay, you've got a probation violation warrant for your probation that you're on for Class 6 felony. Probation is alleging you violated term 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. I've set a $900 bond. If you post that bond, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Thomas Ludlow, come on in. Tyler Poteet to the chair outside the courtroom. Thomas? Don't have him? Do we have him?
No, she's not here.
Okay, Tyler, come on in. And Jonathan Jackson to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Tyler Poteet, August 24th, 1988.
You've got a grand jury warrant, which means the grand jurors met, they heard testimony, they found probable cause on one count of criminal damage. That's a Class 5 felony. This allegedly occurred May 1st of 2022. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, October 10th at 8:30, and the grand jury judge set your bond at $500. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Mr. Poteet, come on in. Mr. Poteet?
It's Mr. Jackson.
Oh. Yeah, Thomas Ludlow? Is it Thomas? Yeah, okay. Sorry. All right, sir, state your name and date of birth.
Thomas Louis Ludlow, January 1997.
April 14th of 2002?
No, Commissioner, this is Mr. Ludlow.
All right. January 19th of 1970. All right. You've got 3 matters. They're all probation violations. You're on probation for a Class 6 felony and 2 Class 4 felonies. Probation is alleging you violated terms 3 and 5 on each of these. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. I set a $900 bond on each. If you post these 3 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Jonathan Jackson, come on in. Travis Evans to the chair outside the courtroom. Jonathan Jackson.
He's not here, Your Honor.
Travis Evans, come on in. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Travis Evans, May 27, 1992.
You have a Superior Court new case alleging 2 counts of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felonies, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, 1 count of DUI, liquor, drug, or vapors, Class 1 misdemeanor. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 17th at 8:30. I'm going to release you to pretrial services with alcohol and drug testing. Don't miss court. Got it?
Got it.
Get your paperwork. Stephen Jackson, come on in. Isaac Heppensteel to the chair outside the courtroom. State your name and date of birth.
Stephen Jackson, 12/14/97.
You've got 2 matters. The first one is an arrest warrant from Superior Court for 1 count of possession of narcotic drug, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next hearing will be a status conference, October 17th at 8:30. I'm going to release you to pretrial services with drug testing and monitoring. The second matter that you have is from Towson Municipal Court. It's a warrant for disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, that happened in December 8th of 2018.
Yeah, I have court.
This is a failure to pay on a warrant. You're not eligible for a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, October 20th at 8:30. They asked for a bond of $500. I'm going to give you a chance, release you. You got to go there and set up a payment plan, or you can do community service.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, get your paperwork from the court staff. Isaac, come on in. Shauna Yabara to the chair outside the courtroom. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Isaac Hippenstall, January 31st, 1998.
You have a surprise municipal court for 1 count of criminal trespass in the 1st degree of a residential structure, Class 1 misdemeanor. You're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, October 28th at 1:30. I'm going to release you on your promise to go to court. No returning to the alleged scene of the crime. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, get your paperwork. Shauna, come on in. And Monica Pena to the chair outside the courtroom.
Forgive my appearance.
State your name and date of birth.
Shauna E. Barham, 12973.
You've got a Towson Municipal Court warrant for 1 count of false report to law enforcement, Class 1 misdemeanor. You're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, October 20th at 8:30. I'm going to release you on your own promise to go to court.
Can I pay it then?
Yeah, you'll be released today.
Okay.
All right, get your paperwork. Monica, come on in. State your name and date of birth.
Monica Pina, 12/29/96.
You have a municipal court new case from Buckeye for 1 count of an assault, 1 count of disorderly conduct. They're both Class 1 misdemeanors. You'll have a lawyer appointed for you at your next hearing, which will be an arraignment, October 21st at 2 p.m. I'm going to release you on your promise to go to court. You cannot have any contact with the alleged victim and no going back to the alleged scene of the crime. If you need to go there to get your personal belongings, you can do what we call a civil standby. You can call law enforcement in your area. They will meet you there and allow you to get your personal belongings one time on that, okay?
I just had a question. Would I be able to go back, because I work from home, and then my husband leaves? So we would just
Well, right now, I don't have any
Okay.
way to make him leave.
Okay.
All right, get your paperwork from the court staff.
Thank you.
Did we find Jonathan Jackson?
Yes.
Jonathan, come on in. Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Johnny Jackson,
Date of birth?
April 14, 2002.
You've got two matters. They're both probation violations. You're on probation for 2 Class 6 felonies. Probation is alleging you violated term 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you on both. Your next hearing will be an arraignment, possible disposition, October 9th at 8:30. Set a $250 bond on each. If you post these 2 bonds, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Get your paperwork from the court staff. Victor Ramos, come on in. Sir, that way. All right.
Morning.
Sir, state your name and date of birth.
Victor Ramos, 61092.
All right, you have a fugitive of justice warrant from the state of Nebraska. They want you back. Did you have an opportunity to read that laminated card?
I did.
Okay. So Nebraska wants you back. You have a choice to make at this time. Option number 1 is you can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to Nebraska within 30 days.
Okay.
Option number 2, you can demand an extradition hearing and that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states, Nebraska and Arizona, before they can send you back to Nebraska. Now, if you picked option number 1, you want to waive your right to an extradition hearing and you would be held in our jail, non-bondable, in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow Nebraska to come get you. That 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you do not have any criminal charges pending against you anywhere in Arizona. If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, the 30-day period would not start until those charges are resolved. Now, if you say, nope, I don't want to waive my right, I want an extradition hearing, you're going to have another hearing on October 13th at 1:30 in our courthouse. I cannot appoint an attorney to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you would have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense. Now, you are entitled to bail on this, but it would be about $100,000 cash. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states requiring to extradite you can take up to 90 days. Do you know what you'd like to do?
Okay, so if I wait that 90 days, if they don't come and pick me up in 90 days, what happens?
Well, they have 90 days to get the governor's warrants.
Okay.
So if they don't get the governor's warrant within the 90 days, then you'd have to be released.
Okay.
The other one would be, do you have criminal charges?
Not here in Arizona.
Okay, so that one would be 30 days.
Okay. And if anything, I would have to bring my own lawyer, you're saying?
No, you're not eligible for a lawyer here,
Okay.
but you may be in Nebraska.
Okay. I'll do the 30 days.
Okay.
Hopefully they do come.
Okay, well, before I can allow you to waive your rights,
Okay.
I need to ask you some questions, okay? I understand at this time you want to sign the waiver of extradition. Did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork, that
Yes.
laminated card?
Yes, I read it.
Do you understand that you don't have to waive your right? You can demand that governor's warrant, and you don't have to sign the paperwork waiving your right. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to have that extradition hearing?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are returned?
Yes.
Do you understand that you would have the right to bail?
Yes.
Do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork?
Quick question. If I don't sign them paperwork, what happens after that?
Then they start the process of getting the governor's warrant.
Which will be 30 days or the 90
No,
days?
90 days.
Okay.
If you sign the paperwork, then they have 30 days from tomorrow to come get you.
Okay. I'll do the 30 days.
So do you want to give up these rights and sign the paperwork?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
No.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication within the last 24 hours?
Just marijuana. But
Okay,
no.
does that, do you believe that that drug, that marijuana, would affect your ability to understand these proceedings?
No.
Okay, so I find that you're knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily going to sign the waiver, and I'm also going to sign it. I'm going to direct the sheriff's office to notify Nebraska that you're ready to return. They will have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless you have any local charges pending. If the local charges are pending, then the 30 days would not start until their conclusion of the case. If you don't have any charges pending, it starts tomorrow, and if they don't come get you, then you have to be released.
Okay.
Okay?
Quick question, other than the release. Does this fall back on ICE hold too?
I don't know anything about, that's a federal,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
So you need to come over here and sign it. And then we have the one house call. Could have been 3 for 3. Patrick Logan, why is he a house call? What? I can't hear you at all.
He lost in a fight.
He got in a fight?
Yes. Combating.
Okay. Patrick Logan, date of birth 4/3 of 83. He's got 2 matters. The first one is a Superior Court new case alleging one kind of aggravated assault, class 4 felony, one kind of criminal trespass in the first degree of a residential structure, one kind of drugs paraphernalia possession, both class 6 felonies, one kind of disorderly conduct, class 1 misdemeanor. Did he sign both? I need to look at those. I've appointed a lawyer to represent him. His next hearing will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30. I've set a $150,000 cash bond. Okay. Then he's got a Superior Court probation violation for his probation that he's on for a class 4 felony. Probation is alleging he violated term 1. I've appointed a lawyer to represent him. His next hearing will be an arraignment possible disposition on October the 9th at 8:30. And pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule of Procedures 7.2C, he'll be held non-bailable.
Longer, a little bit, maybe. I just tried, but, you know, for a week straight. And then next week they were like, obviously, I literally will remove me and so they told me that I'll do every day at home. Cut it. Yeah, still had a little bit, but just like right here. Yeah. And then out of it, kind of just let it go. So it's like, you know, right here, though. So it's long.
All rise. Thank you. Please be seated. Mr. Venegas, are you our interpreter today?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes.
Good morning. All right, does look like we have two Spanish matters at least, so we'll do the announcement consecutively first, and then we'll switch over to the headset. Does that work out?
Yes.
All right, let's begin. Good morning. This is the time for the 8 a.m. calendar and initial appearance court on October 3rd, 2025.
Bien, buenos días. Esa es la vista inicial de las 8 de la mañana y estamos ahora el día 3 de octubre del año 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar.
Las órdenes tomadas respecto a las huellas dactilares y la toma o muestras del ADN también aplica a esta lista de causas.
I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name.
Se les va a llamar a ustedes uno, por nombre. Escucha que se diga su nombre.
I'll then announce whoever is up next. Please listen for your name and sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom.
Y también se va a anunciar quién sigue después. Y el que sigue después puede tomar asiento en el afuera del tribunal.
I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today.
Y se le va a informar de los motivos por la cual fue arrestado, las próximas citas en el tribunal que tiene programada y también lo que viene siendo medidas cautelares.
Let's begin with Francisco Gomez to the podium.
Vamos a empezar con el señor Francisco Gómez. Pásele adelante al atril.
And Giovanni
Hey, get out of
Villador
there.
to the chair, please.
Y después el señor Giovanni Velador después.
And Ms. Gahn, just to give you a heads up, you are unmuted.
Oh, I apologize, Your Honor.
Not a problem. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Francisco Javier Gómez Quiroga, 1 de mayo del 83.
Francisco Javier Gómez Quiroga, May 1st, 83.
Thank you. We are here today on 3 different cases. The first is a Justice Court new case out of the White Tank Justice Court, and then 2 Justice Court warrants, both of them out of the El Centro Justice Court. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of 4 counts of driving under the influence. The first count is for liquor, drugs, or vapor in your system. The second is with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or more. The third is a blood alcohol content of 0.15 to 0.2. And the fourth allegation is a blood alcohol content of 0.2 or more. All of these are Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable causes to these allegations. I am going to appoint you an attorney on each of your 3 cases. On your first warrant out of the El Centro Justice Court, it's for a case involving failing to appear. And on the second, another failure to appear allegation out of the El Centro Justice Court. I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court on October 8th at 8:30, and I am setting an arraignment hearing in the White Tank Justice Court on October 8th at 8:30. Those are 2 different court hearings at 2 different courthouses at the same time. I cannot change those times and dates because the justice courts do set their own hearings. So you will need to contact either the White Tank Justice Court or the El Centro Justice Court to get one of the 2 of those rescheduled. I am going to issue a secured bond in your first case in the White Tank Justice Court in the amount of $2,500, and I'm setting a $1,000 bond on each of your El Centro Justice Court cases. So you have a total bond today of $4,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that information will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, todo bien.
No, that'll be fine.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and then hand the officers your headset.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Giovanni Velador to the podium.
El señor
And Nicholas
Giovanni Velador, pásale adelante.
And Nicholas Martinez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Giovanni Joaquín Bencomo Velador, 0128-2000.
Giovanni Velador Bencomo, 128-2000.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of unlawful means of transportation as a passenger, Class 6 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30. Both of those will be in the downtown Superior Court. Because you were on felony release on another case when these new allegations allegedly occurred, I do have to hold you non-bondable today. So I am setting an evidentiary hearing on October 10th at 1:30 p.m. Talk with your attorney. Your attorney can argue for your release at that point in time. All this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No voy a salir ahora entonces.
I don't, but so that means that I will not be released today?
That's correct. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then hand the officers your headset. And Mr. Venegas, that was the only two that I had listed as needing an interpreter, but can you do just a general call to the gallery before disconnecting today?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Alguien más aquí ocupará interpretación en español? ¿Alguien aquí requiere intérprete y no habla inglés? Puede decir su nombre o levante su mano en voz alta para que se le escuche si requiere intérprete en español.
No hands, Mr. Venegas, so thank you so much for being available. Feel free to disconnect at any time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Nicholas Martinez to the podium, and Rigo Bravo to the chair, please. And officers, can we just grab that headset so there's no interference?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Nicholas Alexander Martinez, 8/24/94.
Thank you. And Ms. Gaunt, are you appearing on this one?
Yes, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
Thank you. Sir, we are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 3 counts of theft obtained by misrepresentation, Class 2 felonies, 5 counts of fraudulent schemes, Class 2 felonies, and 2 counts of theft obtained by misrepresentation, Class 3 felonies. I will find probable cause as to these allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. Ms. Gaunt, I did receive the state's recommendations in terms of release conditions. Is there anything else that the state would like to be heard on?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The state is asking for a $200,000 cash-only bond. Mr. Martinez allegedly participated in a sophisticated fraud scheme using ACH payments to steal nearly $100,000 in cash and property and purchases from the victim and the victim bank. There are multiple offense dates. Our concern is that he is a significant flight risk. He has ties to both California and Nevada. During the course of the law enforcement investigation, he deactivated his cell phone after he had spoken with law enforcement on at least one occasion, and there are at least 14 different cell phone numbers that are associated with him. He has made claims many times that his ID has been stolen in the past, and there are numerous different driver's license numbers that are associated with him. The state is very concerned that if a high cash-only bond is not placed on him, that it is likely that the jurisdiction and not appear for any further court hearings. Additionally, given the sophistication of this fraud scheme, it's the state's belief that he is likely perpetrated this before and or has ongoing fraud schemes currently active. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Gaunt. Mr. Martinez, I am going to go with the state's recommendation. I am going to set a cash-only bond today in the amount of $200,000. If you do post that bond, I am also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you're not to have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions about my release condition?
I did. I'm not a criminal whatsoever. I have no criminal background. I have an attorney. His name is Joshua A. Lopez. He'll be representing me. And I have a business that I own that I've owned for 5 years. You can check it. You can look it up. I just want to see if I can get the bond lowered by a little bit. I have a daughter on the way. I will come to every court date. You can check any other court cases that I've had. I've came to all of them. I will not be a flight risk. I will not run. I have my family here. I have my property here. I'm just asking to be a little bit lower. I do have a baby on the way. She is due on the 9th.
And so, sir, there's about 15 different factors that I have to take in consideration when setting release conditions. I understand that you may have hired your own counsel. That's fine. I didn't see any notice of appearance filed on your behalf as of today. So as of right now, I am going to appoint you an attorney.
Okay.
If your attorney wants to take over for the one that I'm appointing, that's completely fine, but I want to make sure you at least have an attorney at the next hearing.
Okay.
Part of those 15 different factors that I have to consider are some of the ones that you mentioned. Your lack of criminal history. I do note that you don't have any failures to appear, no prior felony convictions, and I have taken that into consideration. What I'm concerned about today, though, is the allegations that are against you, or is that you allegedly had stolen a lot of money in this case. I understand at this point in time, these are only allegations. We are not here to determine whether you actually committed any of the acts the state is saying that you have committed at this point in time, but I do have to consider the nature of the allegations when setting release conditions.
Okay.
Based on what I have reviewed from what I was provided from the arresting agency, I do have some severe concerns about the amount of money you allegedly have access to, also in the fact that you allegedly had provided multiple different phone numbers, have had ties to other states, so I do have concerns about that. I am going to order the $200,000 cash bond today. However, if your attorney wants to file a motion to modify any of my orders, that'll be up to your next judge, and that can be considered with input from all involved.
So $200,000 cash only?
Correct, yes. That does still mean you can go through a bonding company, but the bonding companies do set their own terms with cash bonds. You will have to call them to see exactly what their terms are.
All right.
Any other questions?
That's it.
Okay, grab your paperwork.
Do I have any other cases pending?
Not in front of me today.
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat. And Ms. Gaunt, were you also appearing on 9, I believe?
No, it was 29, Your Honor.
29, okay, that's at the end of the calendar.
Yes.
No, I said you could do it. Oh.
Rigo Bravo to the podium. And Altama Kinganong to the chair, please. Good morning, may I have your name and date of birth?
Rigo Daniel Bravo, 8/21/05.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of trafficking stolen property, Class 2 felony, armed robbery, threatening use of a weapon, Class 2 felony, and aggravated robbery, Class 3 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond today in the amount of $50,000. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. Okay. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Tama Kinganong to the podium and John Bergdorf to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Altama Kinganong, 10586.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession for sale, Class 2 felony, 2 counts of narcotic drug possession for sale, Class 2 felonies, 2 counts of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felonies, and 2 counts of possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, Class 4 felonies. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Secured bond was at 10%?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. John Bergdorf to the podium and Alejandro Carrillo to the chair, please. John Bergdorf. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
John Glenn Bergdorf, January 25th, 1978.
Thank you. We are here today on 4 different cases, a Superior Court new case, 2 probation violation failure to appear warrants, and then a Yavapai County warrant. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of resisting arrest, Class 6 felony. I will find probable causes to those allegations. On your Yavapai County case, it's involving theft, and that's a failure to appear warrant, and then your 2 probation violations are for failing to appear in those cases. I am going to appoint you an attorney or affirm the attorney that's already appointed in all 4 of your matters. I am going to set a status conference in the downtown Superior Court on October 9th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, and then a non-witness violation hearing in the downtown Superior Court on October 9th at 8:30. I'm also going to set an arraignment hearing in the Prescott Justice Court on October 8th at 8:30. All those dates and locations will be in your paperwork. I am going to set a secured bond in your new case in the amount of $3,000. I will affirm the bonds in each of your probation warrants, $1,000 on each case, and then finally set a bond in the amount of $5,000 in your Yavapai case. So you have a total bond today of $10,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Alejandro Carrillo to the podium, and Johanny Sandoval to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Alejandro Carrillo, May 29, 1997.
Thank you. May I have your date of birth one more time?
May 29, 1997.
Give me 1 second here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Officers, was he fingerprinted?
I believe so, Your Honor. Those fingerprints, yeah. I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm assuming his information matches what's in the warrant?
I would assume, not the date of birth.
That's what my concern is.
The date of birth that was provided is the date of birth in the warrant.
I don't show that they match. The one that's in ISIS is 99.
That's my little brother. They got it all mixed up from this morning, or yesterday, actually. I've been waiting for like a whole day.
Okay, sir, give me just 1 second, okay? What is your name and what is your little brother's name?
My little brother's name is Adrian Carrillo. His is 99, and then mom 97. I'm May 29th, 1997. Alejandro Carrillo.
Okay.
My little brother's in Utah though, so.
So were you seen on your failure to appear warrants in probation yesterday?
Yesterday, yes.
I know. So, sir, I have a question to ask you. You don't have to answer any of my questions. Anything I ask you today is being recorded, and so anything that you say in court could be used against you. If you don't want to answer my questions, you do not have to. I'm just trying to clarify because you were already seen on 2 probation violation cases. I believe under Adrian Carrillo, which I believe you're saying is your brother. When you were seen yesterday, did the court mention anything about the fact that your date of birth and your name were different than what you provided me?
We went through this whole thing, and then they said that they made me wait until the 8 o'clock court.
Mm-hmm.
I had that court at 5, but they made me wait until 8 o'clock. So I waited until 8, and then they dealt with everything, and then they said I have court today, so they made me wait even longer.
Okay.
So my little brother's already incarcerated, so in Utah, so.
Understandable. All right, so here's what we're going to do. The information yesterday, I'm not recalling your case from yesterday. I believe the case yesterday, it looks like it has been addressed. There are notes on that case as well. You were appointed an attorney on your case yesterday, so talk with your attorney about your name versus your brother's name being on the cases for yesterday. I'm not going to recall those. The one that we have today, it's a warrant out of Pima County for a failure to appear on a case involving narcotic drug violation.
Mm-hmm.
The information that you provided to me, your name, your date of birth, matches the Pima County case.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't believe that there's a case of potential mistaken identity on this case.
Okay.
So I'm going to proceed forward today. Awesome. I'm going to appoint you an attorney on this case as well. Talk to your attorneys about the names and date of births not potentially matching up.
Okay.
It looks like the court had addressed that yesterday. I'm not recalling the ones from yesterday, so I'm not going to worry about that.
Thank
you. For today's purposes, your name and date of birth do match the warrant that I am seeing you on today. It is for, like I said, a failure to appear in your Pima County case. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in Pima County. Let me go ahead and document this real quick, and then we'll proceed with the rest of your hearing, okay? Can we go ahead and reprint that? So I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the Pima County Superior Court on October 8th at 8:30. If you're still in custody, they'll make you available for that down in Pima County. I am going to set a bond today in the amount of $5,000. The Pima County case was asking to hold you non-bondable, but I don't believe that is a post-adjudication case at this point in time. Everything that I can see, according to your warrant and what I could find on the Pima County website, I believe this is an ongoing, current open case. So I am going to set a bond out of an abundance of caution today of $5,000. If you do post that bond, you can be released. If you post that bond, I'm ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I did have a question. I have another court on October 8th, too, as well.
Is that here in Maricopa County?
I'm pretty sure. It was the one that I had yesterday.
Oh, okay, the one yesterday?
The hearing.
Let me double check. Okay, it is on the 8th at 8:30. So you're going to be in MCSO custody right now. They're going to know you can't be in two places at once, so they will likely have to reschedule your Pima County case. Just talk with your attorney about that on the 8th.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much. That's it.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Johanny Sandoval to the podium and Thomas Vidal to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Johanny Rodriguez Sandoval, November 5th, 1998.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, Class 4 felony, resisting arrest, Class 6 felony, and obstructing a highway or public thoroughfare, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Thomas Vidal to the podium and Spencer Reed to the chair. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Tomás Vidal, 11/24/1986.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You are charged with 1 count of criminal damage, Class 5 felony, from an incident date listed as February 26th of 2024. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30. Both of those will be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the arrest warrant. That's a $2,700 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes. So when they say the charge is in February, is that when they brought the, because when I was arrested initially for these charges, it was not in February.
I apologize. It looks like it was marked incorrectly. The warrant was issued in February of 2024. The offense date is listed as June 30th, 2023.
Exactly. So I went to court, and all my charges were vacated when I went to court. So when they pulled up any, I still, at the time of 2024, I still had an attorney. So if the state wanted to bring up charges or anything like that, they could have contacted my attorney that I had at the time when I showed up for court. So I believe that, I mean, if there is charges, then they should have sent some to my house so that I could have showed up. I'm not a flight risk. I've been shown up to all my court dates if I have any. So, I mean, I believe that maybe you can lower my bond, or if anything, let me out on my OR
since I have been coming into court, I did show up to all the court, when I was scheduled to show up to my court date. So on this, I don't feel like it's my fault that there was issued a warrant or anything like that, so that we're in this predicament right now. So if I would have had some type of communication, I would have showed up to my court date.
So, sir, what appears happened is you may have been arrested on these allegations and then released because the state didn't file charges. The state did file charges in 2024, and that's what led to the issuance of this warrant. The warrant was issued, so you would not have been mailed a copy of anything at that point in time since the warrant was issued.
Right.
So the warrant has been out and valid for about a year and a half at this point.
Right.
I agree with you that you don't have any past criminal history of note. You do have 4 past felony convictions, but they're all more than 15 years old at this point. What I am concerned about is in the warrant, when the bond was actually set in the warrant, the judicial officer that set that bond had made notes here that you allegedly fled the scene and failed to notify the homeowner that you allegedly committed any criminal damage. You were followed by the Mesa helicopter unit, and you were seen hiding in your girlfriend's garage. So I understand what you're saying, and those are only allegations today, but I do have to take those into consideration when setting release conditions.
Right.
Now, I am setting it as a secured bond. That does mean you can use a bonding company. They generally require about 10% plus collateral, so that would be $270 rather than the entire amount. But I am going to set that bond at this point in time. If you are still in custody during your next hearing, your attorney can ask you or ask the judge to modify any of my orders today, but that will be up to your next judicial officer.
Okay.
Okay, all that's going to be in your paperwork. Go ahead and grab that to your left and have a seat. Spencer Reed to the podium and Christopher Lopez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Spencer Reed, September 26, 1990.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated DUI, third DUI, Class 4 felony, unlawful means of transportation, Class 5 felony, and driving under the influence, Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm only finding probable cause on the unlawful means of transportation and the regular DUI allegation, not the aggravated DUI allegation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you to talk with your attorney about what that means moving forward. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. I'm also ordering that if you post that bond, that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they conduct alcohol testing and monitoring as a condition of your release. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Christopher Lopez to the podium and Duncan Bradley to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Christopher Valenzuela, 11/29/2000.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear warrant on a case involving dangerous drug possession. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you. I am setting a status conference in the downtown Superior Court on October 9th at 8:30. I am going to affirm the bond in the warrant. That's a cash bond in the amount of $2,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat. Duncan Bradley to the podium and Sonny Peterson to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Bradley Christian Duncan, 1391.
Is your first name Bradley or your first name Duncan?
My first name is Bradley.
So it looks like they booked you with your last name being your first name. There's not an issue of identity issues. Everything else matches today, but let your attorney know at the next hearing so that can be updated.
Okay.
I am going to set a municipal court, we're here today on a municipal court new case out of the Surprise Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of reckless driving, Class 1 misdemeanor, endangerment, Class 1 misdemeanor, leaving the scene of an accident, Class 1 misdemeanor, failing to stay at the scene of an accident, Class 1 misdemeanor, driving under the influence of liquor, drugs, or vapor, Class 1 misdemeanor, disobeying or resisting an order mandated of the court, Class 1 misdemeanor, and possessing an open container of liquor in your vehicle, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause as to these allegations, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Surprise Municipal Court on October 7th at 1:30 p.m. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $1,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and you're not to drive any motor vehicle until further order of the court. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab the paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you.
Sonny Peterson to the podium, and Torrance Gobon to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Sonny Peterson, 2/7/1988.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. They're both failure to appear bench warrants, one a case involving drug paraphernalia and the other case involving drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you on both of these cases. I am setting a non-witness violation hearing on October 9th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in both failure to appear warrants. It's a $250 bond on each case, so $500 total. If you do post bond, I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Torrance Gobon to the podium, and Henry Nelson to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Torrance G. Govan, April 26, 1976.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving dangerous drug possession, narcotic drug possession, and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond on the warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting the arresting officers. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Did you have a question?
Sir, the whole time that the last time I've been to court, I've been grouping, I've been in all kinds of homes, so I had no aware of this warrant. I've been unable to move around, typically because I'm in group homes. So, with that being said, I would like to be released to another group home because I'm supposed to be going to one this past Monday, but I've been to another warrant that I didn't know have too much concern about a year and 2 years ago, which I have done. I got time served on them yesterday, and I'm trying to get back to my grouping. My caseworker, Carrie Rogers, should have some whereabouts of where my whereabouts are. I'm trying to get to her as soon as possible so I can get back into a grouping. I just completed a session of grouping not too recently, about 2 weeks ago, and I've been trying to get back into TB testing and all that so I can go. I have another place to be going to from here.
So, sir, my concern is you were released on supervision of pretrial services back in April. You were provided with a piece of paper that told you when your next court date was, and you failed to appear at that court date. Then your attorney filed a motion to quash the warrant and asked for an oral argument to be set in court so that your attorney could argue whether that warrant should remain valid.
Okay.
You then failed to appear at that hearing as well, so your attorney's motion was vacated.
I didn't know nothing about
this. At this point, because of this and the fact that you have had 10 failures to appear on your cases in court, I am going to affirm the bond and the warrant. But talk with your attorney about that. Your attorney can ask for a modification at the next hearing if that's appropriate. Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Henry Nelson to the podium. And Estella Santana to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Henry Nelson, December 21st, 2001.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 1 count of aggravated assault, Class 4 felonies, 2 counts of criminal damage, Class 4 felonies, and 4 counts of criminal damage, Class 6 felonies. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $500. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community. I'm also going to order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Estela Santana to the podium, and Pearl Marquez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Estela Santana, 12/22/06.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of possession of a weapon in a drug offense, Class 4 felony, 2 counts of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felonies, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of carrying a deadly weapon under the age of 21, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. Setting a status conference on October 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 21st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. I'm also ordering that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also going to order that you not have any weapons, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, no possessing or consuming any alcohol, and no contacting the arresting officers. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Pearl Marquez to the podium, and Marcelo Eccles to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Pearl Marquez, September 25th, 1981.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of unlawful means of transportation as a passenger, which is a Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. Setting a status conference on October 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 21st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services today. You'll get an envelope with your paperwork that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that. Okay. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no contact with any listed co-defendant, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, grab your paperwork and have a seat.
Okay, thank you.
Marcelo Eccles to the podium, and Simon Lewin to the chair, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Marcelo Eccles, 7781.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on October 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 21st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date.
Yes, sir.
As a part of your release, I'm also ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting the arresting officers.
Yes,
all
sir.
that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So I'll get released today?
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Simon Lewin to the podium, and Jacob Otremba to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Simon Nguyen, 12/22/1997.
Thank you. We are here today on a municipal court new case out of the Peoria Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of assault and disorderly conduct. Both of those are Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Peoria Municipal Court on October 21st at 9 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not live at the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay or bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Jacob Otremba to the podium, and Jacqueline Aris Mendez to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jacob Otremba, and then March 8th, 2004.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court new case out of the Kyrene Justice Court. You were arrested on allegations of exceeding the posted speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour and reckless driving, both misdemeanor allegations. I will set an arraignment hearing in the Kyrene Justice Court on October 22nd at 9:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with the arresting officers, no drugs without a valid prescription, and you're not to drive any motor vehicle until further order of this court. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
You said motor vehicle, no car or motorcycle?
Correct.
Got it.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Any other questions?
Perfect, nothing.
Okay, grab your
Thank you.
paperwork to your left and then have a seat. Jacqueline Mendez to the podium, and then Charles Chilton to the chair, please. Good morning, may I have your name and date of birth?
Jacqueline Mendez and 5893.
Thank you. We are here today on municipal court, new case out of the El Mirage Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of assault and disorderly conduct, both class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the El Mirage Municipal Court on October 21st at 8:30 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any listed victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I don't.
Okay, grab the paperwork to your left and have a seat. And officers, if we can just clear the gallery. All right. Is the gallery now, please? Yes, Your Honor. All right, thank you. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Charles Chilton, August 24th, 1988.
Thank you. And Ms. Gaunt, are you appearing on this one?
Yes, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
Thank you. Mr. Chilton, we're here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, class 2 felonies, and 4 counts of voyeurism, class 4 felonies. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on October 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 13th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. Ms. Gaunt, I did receive the state's recommendation on release conditions. Is there anything else you'd like to be heard on today?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking for a $100,000 cash-only bond, and if Mr. Chilton's able to post that, we'd ask for electronic monitoring as is required by statute, no contact with any minors, and no internet use. These requests are based on the nature of the charges. The state does acknowledge it doesn't appear that Mr. Chilton has any prior criminal history. However, these are very serious allegations. He allegedly installed the hidden cameras in a restroom that was utilized by 2 adult victims and 2 children under the age of 11. There is a strong weight of the evidence as Mr. Chilton has made admissions. We are concerned that he is a danger to the community and believe that that cash bond is necessary. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gaunt. Mr. Chilton, I am going to set a $100,000 bond, but I am going to do a secured bond. That does mean you can use a bonding company. They generally require 10% plus collateral. I am also going to order that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release should you post that bond. I'm also going to order that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You're not to have contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means except for work, school, or consulting with legal counsel. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Gaunt. Anything else the state would like to be heard on today?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. So go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then have a seat. And that does conclude the 8 a.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 a.m.
All right, thank you. Please be seated. And I understand we do have the interpreter on the line?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Make sure I can log in the fast way. And we're going to do the headphones, right? We'll do the general announcement, and then we'll have them trade headphones?
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, this is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for October 3rd, 2025.
Esta es la lista de vistas incoativas de las 11 de la mañana, hoy 3 de octubre de 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the 1st of the month will also apply to these hearings.
La orden emitida en la lista de casos de las 2 de la mañana, el primer día del mes, para la toma de huellas digitales y muestras de ADN aplicará a esta lista de casos.
Mr. Sanchez Luna will be first.
El señor Sánchez Luna pasará primero.
All right, to the podium, please, sir, around the front.
Pase al atril, señor, por aquí, por enfrente.
Good morning. May I please have your full name and your date of birth?
Buenos días, su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Ángel Alexander Sánchez Luna, 30 de abril de 2007.
Ángel Alexander Sánchez Luna, April 30th, 2007.
Thank you. You have been arrested on the following allegations.
Gracias.
Possession.
Usted ha sido...
I apologize. He's got the headphones on?
Does he?
Yes, he does.
I
Do you wanna
cannot
try
tell,
it?
Judge. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Will you say something into the microphone? Just say your name again.
Ángel Alexander Sánchez Luna.
Let me have the, so try, if you want to say, well, I don't know how to test these, sorry.
Your Honor, may the interpreter just have a quick moment?
For sure, thanks.
Thank you.
Sí.
He can hear me, Judge. Thank you, and I'm sorry about that. I just couldn't tell that he had the headphone on. I thought he was going to pick it up at the podium.
Oh, I think it is buried in his hair.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, you've been arrested on the following allegations: possession of dangerous drugs for sale and transportation of dangerous drugs for purposes of sale. Those are Class 2 felonies. Conspiracy to commit those offenses, which is a Class 2 felony, and illegally conducting a business enterprise, which is a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for those, and the court is appointing a lawyer for you in this case. Your next court date will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be October 13th at 8:30. The court address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. And I've just realized I made a typographical error on your paperwork. I will need to reprint it. Based on what you've been accused of and the quantity of drugs that are alleged, the court is going to set bail in the amount requested by the state, which is $100,000. It is cash only. If you deposit that money with the court, you will be released while you wait for your trial. You may not leave the state of Arizona without the court's permission. You may not have any contact with any co-defendants. You may not possess any weapons. No drugs without a valid prescription. You have other conditions on your paperwork. If you violate those or miss a court date, you could lose your bail money forever, and there could be a warrant issued for your arrest. We're going to get the paperwork reprinted. We will send it out to you. If you please step out to your left, you can hand the headphones to the officer as you go. Thank you. All right, Then we'll have Mr. Rodriguez Lopez, please. Edgar?
Edgar Rodriguez Lopez.
And after that officer will be Zamora. All right. Sir, may I please can you hear the interpreter? Give me a thumbs up. Okay.
Yes.
May I have your thank you. May I have your full name and date of birth?
Edgar Daniel Rodríguez López, 2 de agosto del 2002.
Edgar Daniel Rodriguez Lopez, August 2nd, 2002.
All right, thank you. You are here on new allegations, which are as follows. Two allegations of possessing dangerous drugs for sale, 2 allegations of possessing narcotic drugs for sale. All of those are Class 2 felonies. Also, money laundering, which is a Class 3 felony. There's probable cause for all of those crimes, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be October 13th at 8:30. The court address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. Your bond is $25,000. It is cash only. If you post it, you will be released while you wait for your trial. You must attend every court hearing and comply with your release conditions. If you don't, you could lose your bail money forever, and there could be a warrant issued for your arrest. Your conditions are in writing. They include that you may not have any contact with any co-defendant in the case, nor the officer who arrested you. You may not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. You may not leave the state of Arizona without the court's permission. Everything is in writing. If you'll step to your left, they will give you your copy, and you can hand them the headphones. Thank you.
Zamora?
And Mr. Sanchez Luna will be last, and officer, remember, 2 of them have a keep away.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Sergio Zamora Gómez, septiembre 2, 1983.
I couldn't hear the interpreter.
Oh, pardon the interpreter, Judge. Sorry. Sergio Zamora Gomez, September 2nd, 1983.
Thank you. Mr. Zamora Gomez, you've been arrested on 1 allegation of aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs while impaired to the slightest degree with a passenger under the age of 15 in the car. That is a Class 6 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case. Your next court date will be a status conference, October 17th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be October 21st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. That address and the dates will be on your paperwork. I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. You are required to alcohol test to prove that you are not drinking while the case is pending. And officers, I apologize, I missed one on his case as well. I do need to reprint your paperwork. Sir, you have written conditions that you are ordered to comply with in this case. Those include coming to every court hearing, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol at any time, whether you are driving or not. If you have a valid license, you may drive. You are not to drive unless you have a valid license, and you are not, under any circumstances, to drive with anyone under the age of 18 in the car at all. Do you understand that?
Yes.
That especially includes your own children. They are at the most risk of being severely injured or killed if you were indeed driving with a blood alcohol above 0.30, then their lives were in extreme risk. You do not drive any children anywhere while this case is pending. Tell me again that you understand.
Sí.
Yes.
All right. If you'll please step to your left, the officers will give you your paperwork. It has instructions about how to call pretrial when you get out. They will arrange the testing. Don't lose the envelope. Don't forget to call.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And you can give them the headphones. All right. And then Mr. Sanchez Luna.
Your Honor, the interpreter does not have that, the information on that defendant, Sanchez Luna. May I have his date of birth?
Sure. It is 4/5 of 2000.
Thank you.
Pretrial, they just missed him. All right. Sir, can you say your full name and your date of birth, please?
Guadalupe Sánchez Luna, el 5 de abril del 2000.
Guadalupe Sanchez Luna, April 5, 2000.
Thank you. You have been arrested on the following allegations. Possession of dangerous drugs for sale, that is a Class 2 felony. Possession of dangerous drugs as a Class 4 felony. Conspiracy to commit possession of dangerous drugs for sale, which is a Class 2 felony. And illegally conducting a business enterprise, which is a Class 3 felony. There is probable cause for all of those crimes, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you in this case. Your next court date will be a status conference, October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be October 13th at 8:30. Those are both next week in the downtown Superior Court. The address will be on your paperwork. Like your co-defendant, you have a bond of $100,000 cash only in this case. You must deposit that in order to be released while you wait for your trial. You have written conditions that you are also ordered to comply with, which include no contact with any arresting officer, no contact with any co-defendant, whether you are in or out of custody. You may not possess any weapons. You may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not leave the state of Arizona without the court's permission. If you violate these conditions or miss a court hearing, then you could lose the bail money forever, and there could be a warrant issued for your arrest. Everything I've just told you will be on your paperwork. If you please step to your left, the officers will give you a copy, and you can leave the headphones with them. Thank you. Okay, and then if the interpreter could make a general call for me, I think that's everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Buenos días. ¿Hay alguien más en la sala que no habla inglés, que necesita intérprete de español? Si es así, levante la mano ahora.
Officer, will you look for hands? Just see if there's any hands. No hands, John. Okay, no hands. Thank you so much to the interpreter. Have a great day.
You too, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mendoza, Daniel Mendoza, will you come to the podium, please? You'll be next. After that will be Alberto Tablado. Right here, sir. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Daniel Ray Henry Mendoza, 12/6/91.
All right, thank you. Mr. Mendoza, you are before the court on 5 matters today. 2 of them are newly filed charges. I'll start with those. One is from yesterday, and that's number 10 on the calendar. From yesterday, you are accused of possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possessing drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those. I'm appointing a lawyer for you in this case and in the other newly filed case that is actually for an older offense date. So in this older case, this is number 6 on the calendar. There has been a criminal complaint filed against you, formally charging you with possessing dangerous and narcotic drugs. Those are both Class 4 felonies. Drug paraphernalia possession is a Class 6 felony. The alleged offense date for all of those is January 13th of 2025, and this comes from the Tempe Police Department. But you will get a copy of those charges and police reports from your lawyer in that case. Now, there were 2 warrants issued for you in pending, open and pending cases in which you already have a lawyer. So you should end up with the same lawyer for everything. All right, and that is numbers 7 and 8 on the calendar. In both of those cases, you failed to appear at a status conference, and that was May 5th of this year. There were warrants issued for your arrest. We're going to reschedule that status conference for both of these open cases. That's number 7 and 8. That's going to be October 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. And I do need to read you the charges in both of those. So in number 7, you've been charged with possessing narcotics and dangerous drugs, as well as possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. Those are all Class 4 felonies. Also, drug paraphernalia possession is charged in that case as well. That's a Class 6 felony. And number 8 on the calendar, the pending charges are possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, and unlawful flight from law enforcement vehicle. That's a Class 5. Finally, in number 9 on the calendar, you are on felony probation. And that same court hearing that you missed on May 5th was also a non-witness, this says witness violation hearing in your probation case. That could be a typo, because on these facts it would be unusual for that to have been a witness hearing, but possibly it was. That was May 5th, though, and so a warrant also went out for you in your probation case. That's a felony probation case. So you still have a lawyer in that case. What we're going to do is we're going to reset that as a non-witness violation hearing in front of the same judge who was supposed to see you in May. That's going to be October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. Now, in the brand new cases, that's number 6 and 10, you're going to need a status conference and a preliminary hearing. So in those new cases, your status conference is going to be a little earlier. It's going to be October 9th at 8:30. That's both of the brand new cases. And your preliminary hearing will be, October 13th at 8:30. Finally, in both of those brand new cases, that's number 6 and 10 on the calendar, in each instance, you are accused of, and probable cause has been found, for new felonies while you had any pending felony case. You may have been through this before, I don't know, but the law says that I must hold you without bail today and give you a bail hearing within 7 days. So we are scheduling a bail hearing for you in both of those cases. That will be October 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. On your paperwork, it will say evidentiary hearing. It is an evidentiary hearing, but the purpose of it is the question of bail. So we call them bail eligibility hearings. So your lawyer will know what that is. You'll see your lawyer on the 9th. You can talk about what's going to happen at the bail eligibility hearing on the 10th. But you are non-bondable in both of those new cases. The court also finds, pursuant to Rule 7.2C, that you will, in all reasonable probability, be revoked to prison in your probation case, so you do not have bail in your probation case either. That's number 9 on the calendar. And in the 2 pending cases, that's number 7 and 8, I'm just going to affirm the trial court's bond, and that's $5,000 per case for $10,000 total, plus release conditions in those cases. But you should not try to post those bonds if you're still being held without bond in any other case. You should talk to your lawyer about all of that. All right, everything's going to be on your paperwork for all 5 cases. If you step to your left, the officer will give you a copy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Tablato, and then Raymond Selvage. Will you go to the chair, please? Mr. Selvage. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Hello, my name is Alberto Tablado Jr.
Which date?
July 13, 2005.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Tablato, you were arrested on new allegations. They are possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, possession or use of a weapon during the commission of a drug trafficking offense, that's a Class 4 felony, theft by control of a stolen weapon, which is a Class 6 felony, and failing to admit the concealment of a deadly weapon on your person when you're under 21, and that is a Class 3 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. It will be the same lawyer in this case that you have for your other open case, which is CR 2025-132-165. That case is open and pending. We show your next court date is later in October in that case. So you should end up with the same lawyer for both cases. In this case, I'm setting 3 court hearings for you. The first one is a status conference, October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. Then your preliminary hearing will be Monday, October 13th at 8:30. In between those, you're going to have a bail eligibility hearing. Did you hear what I told the guy before you?
Yeah.
Okay. There's probable cause for new felonies while you have a pending felony case, and that's what triggers that no bond rule. So I have to hold you no bond today, but you get a bail hearing. It's going to be October 10th at 1:30. It's the one called evidentiary hearing on your paperwork, and you may or may not get bail on the 10th. You just don't get bail today. So talk to your lawyer about that on the 9th, but in between now and then, you don't have bail. You can't bond out. All right, if you step to your left, the officer's going to give you paperwork. You'll be back in court next week.
All right,
Thank you. Mr. Selvage? Then Jeremiah Walker, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
William Melvin Selvage, 10/28/76.
All right, thank you. Mr. Selvage, you're here on a new case. You're arrested for possessing dangerous drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. Possession or use of a weapon during the commission of a drug trafficking crime, that's a Class 4 felony. Simple possession of dangerous drugs, that's a Class 4 felony. Drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. And failing to obey a police officer, that's a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of these, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date will be a status conference, October 9th. That's next week at 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be Monday, October 13th at 8:30. The address in downtown Phoenix is on your paperwork. Based on your criminal history and the relatively speaking small amounts of drugs you're accused of having, the court sets bail in your case at $10,000 secured. Secured means you can use a bail bondsman. If you bond out, you must comply with all of your release conditions. Those, of course, include no weapons and no drugs without a valid prescription. Everything is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, the officer will give you a copy. Thank you.
May I speak on?
Sure.
I wasn't selling anything. It's all personal use.
Well,
I'm a heavy user. That's
okay. And you can talk to your lawyer about defending against the allegation that you were possessing it for sale. They provided sufficient information to indicate probable cause for that. Probable cause is a long way from getting convicted, but there is probable cause for sale, so you're entitled to defend your case. I gave you a lawyer to help you do that, but the police have made probable cause on possession for sale, so talk to your lawyer about that, okay? If you step to your left, you get your kid bail. Thank you. Mr. Walker? And then Raquel Smith, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Jeremiah Walker, 0809-2000.
Okay, thanks. And then I believe we have your lawyer appearing virtually, so let me start with the state. You should hopefully be able to, we've got the state pinned, but Ms. Godley, are you his lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Okay, so if my staff can make sure, like, he could see both people, that would be great. Okay, we have a monitor in court that the defendants can look at. All right, so let me get the announcement of the state, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gone on behalf of the state.
And defense counsel.
Davina Godley for Jeremiah Walker. He's present in custody before you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Walker, you have been arrested on the following allegations: robbery, a Class 4 felony, and conspiracy to commit robbery, which is also a Class 4 felony. Before the court makes a determination on probable cause, did the defense want to be heard on the probable cause question?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, sorry, and I didn't realize I didn't have my camera on. All right, so, Mr. Walker, based on what the police have submitted, the court does find probable cause for these offenses. As I'm sure your lawyer will tell you, as I just told the last defendant, probable cause is a long way from conviction, but the police have met the standard for probable cause. So I do find probable cause in your case. And counsel, is yours, I apologize, was it a limited notice of appearance?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so we will, at a minimum, need to reprint Mr. Walker's paperwork, because I'm not appointing a lawyer for him, but hold off on doing that. Okay, all right, so Mr. Walker, I'm going to give you dates, next court dates in a moment. First, I'm going to hear from the state and your lawyer about recommendations on the release conditions. So, Ms. Gaunt, please go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking for a $50,000 secured appearance bond, and if Mr. Walker is able to post that, we'd ask for electronic monitoring. We recognize that it doesn't appear that Mr. Walker has any prior criminal history. However, that he is facing serious charges. He allegedly participated in a robbery with an accomplice who I believe actually was his mother. They made an agreement to steal the victim's belongings, and his mother was beating the victim in the back of the head. We are concerned about this behavior and the safety of the community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Godley.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Walker to the supervision of pretrial services with electronic monitoring during the pendency of this case. Mr. Walker is 25 years old. He just graduated from ASU last year in May. He has a degree in art media and animation. He was employed. He has stable residence. He's in a stable relationship. Regarding the facts and circumstances of this, the allegations, the charges, We understand they are serious. However, there's no allegation of any weapon being used. And although there's allegation that the victim was assaulted, it is clear from the Form 4 that it was not Mr. Walker who was alleged to have assaulted the victim. We do recognize that there is information that he perhaps took items from the victim. The context, I think Your Honor sees it in the Form 4. I don't need to go on more about what was happening. There is concern, no doubt, about the co-defendant being his mother. There are some perhaps underlying issues that need to be addressed there, but those don't go to whether Mr. Walker is going to appear to court. That is the purpose for setting release conditions, in addition to ensuring the community is protected. Mr. Walker does not reside with his mother. He was not residing with her at the time of the incident. He has a stable residence with his fiance, and the information in the Form 4 regarding his address is accurate. We do recognize that there may be concerns for the community safety. However, this is an isolated incident as a result of a unique set of circumstances that resulted in Mr. Walker being perhaps influenced by his mother to contact or the victim regarding funds that he believed was owed back to him. Not a justification for the behavior in any way whatsoever, but it does provide context in that Mr. Walker is not a menace to society. He's not a danger to the community. He is high functioning. He is productive. He is doing well in his life. I know that this is more than a wake-up call in that his conduct was inappropriate based on the allegations, but he does not deserve to be held in jail. Also understanding that the allegations are class 4 non-dangerous with no criminal history, there is a high likelihood that this case resolves with probation. So we do not believe that the incarceration is necessary. Obviously, the law does not allow it to be for punishment in setting release conditions, but we do believe that the pretrial services with electronic monitoring will ensure that he does not have contact with the victim, does not return to the scene of the crime, that he is monitored in the community while he is released, and will ensure that he appears for court. Your Honor, based on the totality of the circumstances, we do believe pretrial services is appropriate.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Walker, I've considered what's been alleged against you, the recommendations of both counsel, and that it appears you don't have any prior criminal history, and that fact alone is generally worth more the older you get, and you've made it to 25 with no apparent arrest. So balancing all of these factors, the court also must consider the risk of victim or witness intimidation. That's one of the 3 constitutional purposes of bail. I am considering that. I'm also I'm considering that there appears to be somewhat of a strong weight of evidence. So I've considered all of that, and it's court's decision today to set bail in your case at $5,000 secured. Secured means you can use a bail bondsman. You can talk to your lawyer about that. I am going to put you on an ankle monitor with a curfew, and that will be set by pretrial. You'll give them your work or school or other things, and then they will walk you through the terms of that program. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. Don't go to the scene of the alleged crimes. And I was already planning, I saw they do not live together. I was planning to order no contact with the co-defendants. I was going to order both of them that. Counsel Godley, did you want to be heard on that order?
No, Your Honor, given the circumstances, that seems appropriate.
Okay, so I'm also ordering, Mr. Walker, that you not have any contact with your co-defendant, who I understand is your mother. I am planning to give her the same order, so don't respond to any contact from her, and don't initiate any. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. That includes through third parties or social media or anything like that. Everything is going to be on your paperwork. If and when you post the bail, then you'll be put in the pipeline to get the electronic ankle monitor, and they'll explain that whole program to you at that time. And I think everything will be on your paperwork. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, and defense counsel, we will email you a copy of this. Anything else before I finish, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome to disconnect. And Mr. Walker, if you go have a seat, we're going to send out your paperwork. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day. All right, then Ms. Smith, if you'll come up, and then Brittany Lechuga, will you go to the chair, please? All right, good morning, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Raquel Smith, 12279.
All right, and then, counsel, did you want to appear on Ms. Smith's case as well? I'm willing to consider your prior statements, but if the state wanted to appear, I just wanted to give you a chance.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Smith, you're here on a new case. You were accused of robbery, a Class 4 felony, and conspiracy to commit robbery, a Class 4 felony. Based on what the police have presented, there is probable cause for those allegations, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date, which of course I forgot to give, I always do that, to the last defendant. It'll be on the paperwork. All right, your next court date, ma'am, is a status conference, October 10 at 8:30 in the morning, with the preliminary hearing, October 13 at 8:30 in the morning. That will all be on your paperwork. I've considered what's been alleged against you and the state's recommendation, which, like in the co-defendant's case, was for $50,000 secured appearance bond. In your case, I do not note any prior arrests, and I don't see any, I'm going to check the Form 4 again, and you have made it all the way to age 45 without any apparent arrest. So I do weigh that as well, for sure, but I believe that bond is still necessary in this case to protect against victim or witness intimidation or retaliation and help ensure compliance with release conditions. So I am going to, I'm going to put you on an ankle monitor as well, but I'm going to set bond in the same amount as I just set for your co-defendant and son. So that's going to be $5,000 secured. You have to post it to be released. Then you'll go on the ankle monitor and they'll explain that to you. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim, not through third parties, not through social media. Don't go to the scene of the alleged crime. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, no contact with your co-defendant, who is your son. No contact while the case is pending. You can talk to your lawyer more about that. If you wanted to try to get that order changed, you can, but that is the court's order at this time because the court believes that will also help to protect the victim and the community. Go ahead, Matt.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay, I have medical conditions, and I have an intake on Monday, so I was just wondering if I can get out if I can do a PR. I'm not going to do anything. Like I said, I'm 45 years old. I've never been in trouble, you know.
I did factor that in.
But I do have a lot of medical
the state recommended
conditions.
a 10 times higher bond. They allege that some of this is on video. They allege the whole thing was captured on cell phone video from witnesses and that they've seen the video and that it shows it. So there is a strong weight of evidence against you in this case. It is a violent case. And I recognize right now it's alleged as a Class 4 felony. However, anytime two people are alleged to have committed a robbery together, that is also an aggravated robbery. I believe it's likely if you are charged that will ultimately be with a Class 3 felony, and that the potential seriousness to the alleged victim and the allegation that it was an ambush that was set up deliberately and intentionally, this court's not going to set any lower bail than $5,000 secured. So talk to the jail. Okay, talk to the jail about your medical needs. Correctional Health Services is responsible for your medical care while you are in custody. So please make sure the officers understand. And classification is going to come and talk to you, and you tell them what you have going on and that you need to see medical. So everything's going to be on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy. All right. Oh, yeah, new paperwork, guys. Sorry. All right. Then Ms. Lechuga, you'll need to come in. After that, I need Demount Landry. Please go to the chair. Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Brady Lechuga, September 10, 1988.
All right, thank you. You're here on two things. One is a new arrest and one is a probation hold. In the new arrest, you are accused of possessing dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. I'm also appointing a lawyer in your probation case because you are on felony probation, and the probation department has notified the court they will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on this new arrest. So you will also go to probation court. You're going to have the same next court date for both cases. It is October 9th at 8:30 in the morning, and that is this coming Tuesday. Tuesday the 9th? No, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong month. Thursday the 9th. It is the 9th. Alrighty. 8:30 in the morning. Then in the new case, you also need a preliminary hearing. That will be Monday, October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. In the probation case, bail is set at $750 secured. In the new case, you have a $50 secured appearance bond to make you eligible for credit for time in custody in the new case. That is $800 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Landrum, and then Dale England, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
Demont Earl of Bruce Landrum, 10196.
Thank you. You are here on a probation warrant. You're on probation
Yes,
for a
ma'am.
Class 4 felony. And back on September 5th, or possibly 6th, it's just a bad fax, a petition to revoke your probation was filed. That petition, oops, sorry, I opened the wrong thing. It alleges that you violated terms, just 1 second, apologies. Oh. Sorry, it's that somebody attached the wrong document to the petition to revoke, so I got to pull it out of the docket. Hold on a second. It was September 5th, and it alleges violation of terms 1, 3, 4, and 5. You'll get a copy of that from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you in probation court. Your next court date in probation court, oh my goodness. All right, sorry, apparently going too fast. I got to reprint Mr. Landrum's because I forgot to appoint a lawyer for you. Okay. And the public defender will be annoyed. This just gives them warning to get your file ready. Okay, so I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be October 9th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. That's this coming Thursday. The address is on your paperwork. That will be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Your bond, oh, don't reprint it yet. Sorry. Your bond is $750. It is secured. If you post it, you must comply with all of your written release conditions, which includes calling your PO within 72 hours of release. Now it's ready. Thank you. All right, we need to get that fixed. We'll send it out to you.
Leon.
All right, Mr. England. And then Miriam Gutierrez, will you please go to the chair? Right here, sir. All right, sir, may I please have your full name and your date of birth?
Dale Marcellus Jr., Delta Wayne Jr., November 9th, 1992.
Can you say your name for me again? I really can't.
Dale Marcellus Jr., Delta Wayne Jr., November 9th, 1992.
Is any part of that England?
I have no clue. I guess.
Okay, what is your last name? Tell me your last name.
Junior. It's in cursive, lowercase.
Your last name is Junior?
Yeah.
That's on your birth certificate.
It's on,
Okay, what comes in front of Junior?
June? Goes in front of June? Let's see. Vasilios?
Okay, that's what I heard. How do you spell Vasilios?
It's like M-A-C. I really don't spell it in cursive and lowercase. I never really used it. I always said use Dale Wayne England Jr. for my signature.
You use what as your signature?
Dale Wayne England Jr.
Okay, I'm going to leave it like that, okay,
right, cool.
because this is a warrant, and you can sort out with your lawyer and the trial court what name should be on there versus listed as an alias. Right now, I have a warrant for you dated August 4th. It's because you're on probation under the name Dwayne England, and there was a petition to revoke your probation filed. It alleges that you violated terms 6 and 7. So I'm going to give you a lawyer.
It said relief for one night. I didn't relief on the stalled and registered. It said relief for one night.
I apologize. I'm having trouble understanding you. You did what?
I said it said relief for one night. I was like a couple nights on the road. I didn't find out I didn't relief. I'm registered. I'm stalled right here, and here with the device. I can hear stuff, see stuff like you can.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you raise that with your lawyer, and if that can help you in your case, they will use that to help you. All right, your next court date is going to be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing this coming Thursday, October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. You have a $500 secured appearance bond. I'm affirming what the probation judge ordered. If you post that bond, be sure to comply with your written conditions. That includes calling your PO within 72 hours of release. If you don't post bond, you'll be back in court next week, and you can raise all of that with your lawyer. If you grab your paperwork, you'll be all done.
All right, so bond.
All right, Ms. Gutierrez. And then Mr. Mendez, Nicholas Mendez, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Miriam Gutierrez, June 6, 89.
Okay, thank you. You're here on one new case, an arrest warrant in a newly filed case, and a probation violation.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with your new arrest from yesterday. It is one allegation of shoplifting, a class 1 misdemeanor, one allegation of obstruction of justice by the refusal to provide a true name, and that's a class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for both of those, and I am going to give you an arraignment date of October 7th, which is Tuesday, October 7th, this Tuesday, 9 in the morning in the Peoria City Court. That address will be on your paperwork. You're going to have orders not to go to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with the any witness there, that would be store employees, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. And in the arrest warrant case, that is a newly charged felony case. And the charges are possession of dangerous drugs and possession of narcotic drugs. They are both Class 4 felonies. The alleged offense date is March 6th of this year. Looks like this comes from the Phoenix Police Department. You will get a copy of those charges and police reports from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you in this felony case. Your status conference will be October 9th at 8:30 in the morning with a preliminary hearing October 13th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court, and the address will be on your paperwork. Finally, there was a probation warrant out for your arrest since May 23rd of this year. That is when a petition to revoke your probation was filed, alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of that petition from your lawyer, and I'm appointing a lawyer for you in probation court as well. Your court date for the probation case will be the same as for the new felony. It's October 9th, 8:30 in the morning, which is this Thursday. That's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. Your bond in each case is $500 secured. That is $1,500 total. If you bond out, be sure to comply with all of your release conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. All right, Mr. Mendez. And then Stephen Moronis, will please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Nicholas Alfonso Mendez Jr., 7/29/90.
Will you say your name one more time for me?
Nicholas Alfonso Mendez Jr.
Okay, thank you. All right, sir, you're here on two things. They are Justice Court warrants from the El Centro Justice Court here in downtown Phoenix. In number 16 on the calendar, you've been charged with theft, a Class 1 misdemeanor. In number 17 on the calendar, you've been charged with theft, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and failing to appear in a misdemeanor case, which is itself a Class 2 misdemeanor. All right. You're going to have a next court date in both of these of October 8th, which is this coming Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. That's 5 days from now. And I'm going to affirm the bond in both of these cases. It's $500 secured with written conditions, including do not go to the scenes of these alleged crimes. And if you don't post bail, there will be a public defender there for you to help you on the bond question only. You don't get a lawyer for the whole case in this type of misdemeanor, but you do get one to help you with the bond if you can't post it. So your total bond is $1,000. You got your court date right there. It's October 8th. If you step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Moronis. And then Antonio Wilson, please go to the chair. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Steve Moronis, 4/17/84.
All right, thank you, sir. You're on a Justice Court warrant from McDowell Mountain Justice Court. In this case, you've been accused of contracting without a license. That's a misdemeanor. This warrant was issued July 3rd of this year. All right, we're going to give you a new court date in the McDowell Mountain Justice Court, October 8th at 8:30 in the morning. That's this Wednesday. The address is on your paperwork. I'm going to affirm the bond set by the Justice of the Peace in this case. It's $500 secured. I know you got a big bond from Scottsdale because that was in your booking paperwork. Right. If you're able to bond out on everything, great. Don't miss your court date. If you don't, you will have a public defender at your next hearing to help you on the bond issue only. You don't otherwise get a court-appointed lawyer in this kind of misdemeanor. Right. But we will have a lawyer there if you're unable to bond out by that.
Okay. Your Honor, is there any way to extend that court date until after I get out, after the 10th, until I get out?
Unfortunately, no, and frankly, it's better for everybody. Are you going to be stuck in on Scottsdale's bond? Are you able to post it? You're going to post it?
No, but I should be getting out on the 10th.
Well, yeah, I'll get you in court 2 days before that. It's like one-stop shopping. I'm sure you're in court. You go to see McDowell Mountain 2 days before you anticipate getting out in Scottsdale. I'm not sure what the problem is from your perspective. I want you to show up. So I'm going to leave it like it is, and then I'm sure the sheriffs will take you if you don't bond out.
Right, okay.
It's an FTA. So no. All right, if you step to your left, you get your paperwork. All right, Mr. Wilson? I need to sit now. After Mr. Wilson is going to be Mr. Updegraff. Ethan Updegraff, please go to the chair. Okay, 1 second. Sometimes the standing is good. Sometimes the sitting is good. All right, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Antonio Wilson, January 10th, 94.
All right, thank you. Mr. Wilson, you're here on a new case. You got arrested for criminal damage as a Class 2 misdemeanor currently because I don't think they alleged a value. Let me double check. No. Criminal damage without a value defaults to a Class 2 misdemeanor, and there is probable cause for it. I'm going to give you a court date of October 8th, which is 5 days from now at 8:30 in the morning in the Goodyear City Court. That address will be on your paperwork. And in this case, bond is set in the amount of $500. It is secured. You have written conditions. If you bond out, you can only go back to the hotel one time on a civil standby to collect belongings. You have to bring a cop with you. So you call the non-emergency line for Goodyear PD, tell them you need a civil standby. They'll send a cop to go with you and keep the peace while you get your stuff from the hotel. Don't have any contact with any witnesses at the hotel. No drugs without a valid prescription. No alcohol. I'm not letting you leave the state, at least until you go to that hearing and get permission from the city court judge. So stick around, show up. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, you'll be all done.
So you said I have to call the
Goodyear PD, yes, and say, I need a civil standby. It's on your paperwork. They'll want to see your paperwork. They're not likely to do it unless they see that the court gave you permission. So don't lose your paperwork. All right, everything's going to be on there. Thank you. All right, Mr. Updegraff, then Demir Evans. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Ethan Ward, Updegraff, 12/18/92.
Okay, thanks. You are here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a Class 4 felony. There was a petition to revoke your probation filed on August 27th. It alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. You will get a copy of it from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in the Downtown Superior Court, October 9th at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond is $250. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours.
Can I say, my mom was mauled by a dog recently. I'm not going to be able to postpone. Is there any way I can get OR?
No. I'm sorry to hear that about your mom, sir. But especially under the circumstances alleged around your arrest, and you're already non-compliant, no, I don't. I'm sorry, you don't have any credibility right now. You've been substantially non-compliant with probation, and they are alleging things going on at that QT that do not give the court any reason to give you a break. So talk to your lawyer about that. I declined to give you a break because something bad happened to your mom. I feel bad for your mom. But you will stay in custody then until your next court date.
Someone change the tire on their car.
Yeah, talk to your lawyer about that. Honestly, that's a small factor. The large factor is you're in gross non-compliance with your probation. So step to your left, take the paperwork. Thank you. And I just want to let the victim advocate know you guys don't have to turn the light on unless you want to. You know that, right? Okay. Excellent. Sir, that's not for you. Go ahead. And officer, when we have that defendant up here, we will be watching. There's not to be any staring, no, you know what I'm saying, like that he will need to keep eyes front. I just want to make sure we're all on board with that. Okay. All right. Mr. Evans, you can go and come in, and then Dustin Castillo, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Yes, Tamir Malik Evans, 10/22/1998.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Evans, you're here on an arrest warrant. There's been a criminal complaint filed against you, charging you with an older offense or offenses, and it is 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. That basically means the same crime but committed 2 different ways. It's alternative ways to commit it. You'll get a copy of the charges from your lawyer. Both of those ways, it says a Class 6 felony. Okay. Which would be with a person under the age of under the age of 15 in the car.
Yes, sir.
I wonder though if that's a typo. In any event, I only have the warrant. Let me look. Actually, I think in your case I probably can see the complaint. 1 second, okay? Just something looks a little off in the warrant, so I just wanted to look at the actual charge. Okay. Alrighty, and so no, it's true. It's Class 6. So Class 6 means with a person under the age of 15 in the car. So it's 2 counts, and the alleged offense date is June 11th, 2024, and this comes out of the Tempe Police Department. So you'll get a copy of the charges and police reports from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you, And I'm going to have to reprint your paperwork because I need to check the box that you cannot drive with any kids in the car. So we do have to reprint Mr. Evans's paperwork, officer. Okay, so Mr. Evans, I am appointing a lawyer. You will have 2 upcoming court dates. They're going to be in 2 weeks, October 17th at 8:30 in the morning with a preliminary hearing, October 21st at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. This is not a new arrest. This was an unserved summons, meaning the court didn't have a working address for you. So you did not miss any court dates that you knew about. I'm going to release you to pretrial services, and hang on. Sorry. We do a lot and we go real fast. I didn't check the boxes for drug and alcohol testing, even though I ordered it in the narrative. So will you print it one more time, please?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Go ahead,
I'm sorry. After that arrest, I did go in my own reconnaissance to get a blood drawn sample.
Okay.
It came back positive. Due to that, I mean, it came back negative.
Oh, okay. I was like, why are you telling me that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It came back negative.
Okay.
CPS did come. They did a check and everything like that. Everything was clean.
Well, so let me tell you. So, Mr. Evans, the case is going forward. Probable cause was found. I am giving you a lawyer.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also planning to release you. So, because there is definitely a safety issue involved when there's children alleged and somebody found probable cause, I am going to make you stay sober while the case is pending. No drugs without a valid prescription, and that includes recreational marijuana. No alcohol. You stay sober while the case is pending. You don't drive unless you have a valid license. And even if you have a valid license, you do not drive with anyone under the age of 18 in the car. And that inconvenience to a family can be large. I understand that. But I also do this case for people who severely injure and kill their children with impaired driving. So you are innocent until proven guilty. I gave you a lawyer to defend your case. At the same time, I'm balancing the potential safety issue not only to general people in the community, but very specifically to any children who might be riding in your car. So those are the reasons for my order. You can talk one more time. I'll tell you it's going to be pretty difficult to talk me out of it.
No, I appreciate what you said, and you just released me.
And so all the stuff you're talking about, take it to your lawyer, bring it to court with you. Your lawyer can likely make use of it in helping you get the best outcome. But right now, it just doesn't move the needle on release conditions.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so you should be released in a few hours. You're going to get an envelope. It'll have instructions to call pretrial after you get out. Mm-hmm. They will set up the testing. Just comply with whatever they tell you. Show up at your court dates. Don't violate release conditions, okay? All right, if you step to your left, you get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and then let me ask counsel for the state a question. Stay right there, Mr. Castillo. I have not checked my email, counsel for the state. Did you email me about the charge? Is she not in the meeting? Yes, she is in the meeting. Okay. She's there, yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me check my email. 1 second. And I'll explain in a second after I call the case. Okay.
Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Yes, now I can. Thank you.
I apologize. I did respond, Your Honor. I think the court's inclination and how to proceed seems appropriate at this time.
Okay, and so, all right, and I'll get on the record that you are asking for time to potentially rebook. Okay, all right, Mr. Castillo, you can come in. All right, sir, let me have your full name and your date of birth.
Dustin Eduardo Castillo, 4/26/1996.
All right, and then let me have the announcement of the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
All right, and then I am going to read the victim's rights advisement. Because we do have a victim who we are sure is attending and listening. So, if you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, the right to a speedy trial, the right to be present at all court proceedings, the right to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, the right to be heard before the court makes any decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling of hearings and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you've not already received a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Maricopa County or our applicable prosecutor's office. All right. So, first, let me tell you, Mr. Castillo, you got booked in on allegations of aggravated domestic violence, which is a Class 5 felony, and interfering with judicial proceedings by disobeying the order or mandate of a court. That is a Class 1 misdemeanor. And the reason there was some discussion prior to court about the scheduling of your hearing is that the state wanted time to amend the charges against you, and the 24-hour clock has not run in your case. And we do allow the state time when their attorney comes, which is the prosecutor, and says we want to change the charges, but that can be a bit of a slow process, and they have been attempting to arrange that. They want more time to do it. So the last calendar you could possibly be seen on before the 24-hour rule for this hearing is exceeded would be the 11 p.m. calendar. I understand, Counsel for the state is requesting additional time to amend the charges against Mr. Castillo. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and what calendar are you asking that it be moved to?
Your Honor, at this time, we would ask that it be moved to the 5 p.m. calendar.
Okay. So I am prepared to do that, but we have the additional wrinkle that the victim is here and wants to address the court, which is her right. And so this isn't the first time this has happened, and so I have a couple ways that I can proceed. And so what I would recommend to all parties is that I hear from the victim now, but it's important for her to know that I will not be the judicial officer on the 5 p.m. calendar. So she is able to return at 5 p.m. or attend virtually and speak virtually at 5 p.m. And I can certainly relay, what I heard, or I could potentially ask my colleague to watch the recording so that they can. That's a good idea. I could do that, and that they could watch the recording so that they see the victim's statements before they make a release decision in this case. That's her right as well. The victim can also tell me that she objects to the court moving it. But I will say that the reason the state wants to amend the allegation is that right now there is not probable cause for the felony, only the misdemeanor. It's my understanding, and Ms. Gaunt, please correct me if I'm wrong, the state intends to amend it to a different felony. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, I was assuming aggravated harassment, but I don't know what the pending Phoenix charge was ordering him. If it ordered no victim contact, then that would be aggravated harassment, or could be. Sorry, go ahead. All right. So you were only contemplating a misdemeanor amendment in any case? Because there is probable cause for the interfering with judicial proceedings.
Yes, Your Honor, and the reason to move it would be so that Phoenix PD could rebook him into the correct jurisdiction. Because since it is only a misdemeanor matter, it should be seen by the Phoenix Municipal Court rather than in Superior Court.
Okay, all right. Well, the plot thickens. Okay. So, and Mr. Castillo, as I noted, the state, they generally have 24 hours to get this hearing accomplished anytime you're arrested. So sometimes they ask for more time so they can move the case from Superior Court for felonies into misdemeanor court. And like I said, we give them the time to do that. This building is also, it houses the City of Phoenix initial appearance court for arrestees. It's in a courtroom just next door. And their calendars go at 4 p.m., right? So if this rebooking occurred, he would be on Phoenix's 4 p.m. calendar. So I would not be able to speak to their judicial officer or recommend that they watch the recording. Right. And I am not able to, theoretically, but practically speaking, I cannot send a misdemeanor case to a justice court, a City of Phoenix misdemeanor case to a justice court. So I don't believe that I could proceed right now. So, with great apologies to the alleged victim. Sir, eyes front, please. Eyes front. Okay. I would certainly recommend that you talk to Victim Services about how to put in a written recommendation. You are also absolutely, it is your right to appear at Phoenix Court at 4 p.m. and address that court, and perhaps stay in contact with Victim Services about whether it got rebooked, when it might be going, at that time. I don't know a better way to do it because I must protect Mr. Castillo's rights and your rights. Did you want to be heard on that, Ms. Gaunt?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and let me offer the victim the chance. Did you want to be heard on this issue of scheduling and all of that?
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's confusing.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing.
Shall I try again to explain it? Okay.
Am I allowed to?
It won't matter.
It won't matter what I say right now.
Because I'm not, this court as currently, so the state is represented by a lawyer. The cops do the arresting, and then the prosecutor comes, and they are the lawyer for the state. And so the person here, she's the state's lawyer, and she's saying, she's talked to the officers, and there does not appear, because aggravated domestic violence requires certain things, certain predicate offenses, 2 or more. He doesn't appear to have them, so it could never become that felony.
Yeah.
And so the state is saying they don't want to go forward in Superior Court where it needs to be a felony, because if it's only a misdemeanor, all City of Phoenix misdemeanors go in the City of Phoenix Court, which is a totally different court. They just happen to also be in this building. But I'm not a City of Phoenix judge. I cannot see City of Phoenix cases. None of my colleagues can. We're county court, they're city court. And so the state is getting the police department, they have to come down and file some paperwork, which is why they need time to move it from county court into city court by the 4 p.m. docket in city. That's their deadline, or he's going to time out and they'll have to release him. So Phoenix is on the clock, City of Phoenix Police Department, to get that paperwork corrected and get him on that 4 p.m. docket. If they don't, he has a right to be released. So, one second, sir. So, even if you told me everything you wanted to say about this case, and none of my colleagues is ever going to be the one signing the release order. And we don't have any way to get it to City of Phoenix because they're literally a different jurisdiction. And that would be an ex parte. We can't communicate with them. So that's what I'm saying. It would be a waste of time, and because it wouldn't be heard by the decision maker. So you have 2 ways to get heard by the decision maker. One is to file it in writing. Well, possibly 3. 2 is to show up in person, and let me ask the victim advocate, can they do virtual in City of Phoenix, the victims? They can't. Okay. So you don't have the virtual option. So it's either written, and they are legally obligated to read what you've written. The court is, we must consider the victim's views before we set release conditions. Or come back in person, or both. We actually do allow both.
Yeah.
So,
the only thing I do wish to say is I want him to be released because it was just a big misunderstanding.
Okay, so that is something that you would definitely want to get in front of the City of Phoenix judge. Like I said, I can't relay it to them because they're not us, and that would be an improper communication.
Okay.
So,
save my words for later.
Yes, exactly. And so I do apologize for the wasted trip. It's just a lot of confusion, procedurally speaking. And I'm sorry that you waited all this time. I know that's probably very annoying. So speak to the victim advocate about best plan for you to exercise your rights at that hearing. Okay, all right. So if you go ahead and mute that. All right, turning to you, Mr. Castillo, any questions about this whole procedural thing that I've been talking about?
Just ask, my next court will be today?
Right. If they successfully get you rebooked and all the paperwork filed, because a Phoenix officer has to do it, and I will say, there's a bunch of them that work out of this building, so the odds of them being able to do it are very high because they work out of this building. But that's their deadline. They got to get all their paperwork in to get you on the City of Phoenix docket that starts at 4 p.m. If they don't have another City of Phoenix docket until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So that's what I mean by you will time out. You must be seen by a judge and I show your arrest time as 11:30 p.m. And so that is the cutoff for any judge to see you. If no judge does, the law says you get released.
Tonight?
Correct. And so they either get you on the 4 p.m. city or they don't. We are going to move you to our 5 p.m. calendar. That is so you don't fall through the cracks. If you did not make, meaning if you don't make the 4 p.m. calendar and we find out you didn't make it, I'm going to order because then the law kicks in and I have to release you
And then if it's the 5 o'clock, her words would matter to you?
Correct. No, not to me.
Not to you?
To the Phoenix judge. I am not a Phoenix judge.
Okay,
yes,
my bad,
right.
my bad.
That's why it won't matter, and nor can I speak to a Phoenix judge about this case. If it was my own colleague, my own court, then it would be internal, but it's improper. I can't speak, nor would I let a Phoenix judge talk to me. We are not the same entity.
Yeah.
So in any event, I'm sorry that that's confusing, but you just need to be patient. You'll be back out there waiting, and the officers will let you know. You can ask them, my guess is, by around 3 p.m. and just say, am I on the Phoenix calendar? And they'll be able to tell you. All right, so we're going to just be in recess on this matter. I am sorry for the confusion. This was quite a one for that, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience to everybody. All right, you go ahead and step out to your left, Mr. Castillo, and I'm going to move on. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead with Mr. Desherd's case.
Good afternoon.
And hi. And are you? Let me wait for the door to. Will you just make sure that are you alone in that back there? Are you the only person back there? Okay, great. Go ahead. All right, go ahead and come to the podium. Thank you. All right, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Michael Ivan Decker, February 27th, 1994.
Thank you. And then the appearance of the state.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
And the defense.
Yes. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Howard Dorman on behalf of Michael Desher is present in custody to my left.
Okay.
I would note for the record I filed a limited notice of appearance this time.
Okay, and so you're Mr. Dorman?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you. I just like to get that right. And I did see the limited notice of appearance. All right, Mr. Deckard, you have been arrested on one allegation of sexual assault, a Class 2 felony. The alleged offense date is April 6th, 2025. Before the court moves on to conditions of bail or release, Mr. Dorman, did the defense want to be heard on probable cause? Because I'm inclined to find it, so I just begin with the defense and then I let the state rebut if there is a challenge to probable.
Understood, Judge. Judge, I've received the Form 4. I have reviewed it. I understand why the court would find probable cause in this case. We're not going to contest probable cause this time.
All right, and so Mr. Deckard, as I'm sure lawyer has or will advise you, probable cause is a much lower standard than beyond a reasonable doubt. And in this case, based on what the police have submitted, I find that they have established probable cause for this allegation, so I do find probable cause. I will give you next court dates in a moment. Please don't let me forget, and if I do, they will be on your paperwork.
I assure you, Judge, I won't let you forget. I'm going to put in my notes. So.
Thank you.
Of course.
I do it in such a set order. If I get out of order, my script will not roll backwards that way.
Understood.
All right, so I'm going to hear from the state first, and I will note I did review the written victim impact statement in this case.
Judge, I haven't received that.
And I think typically the state has to provide you a redacted one, and I don't know if they have done that yet. That will be made available to you, Ms. Gaunt. I'm not sure what the state's practice is on that.
I can certainly provide him one. I don't have a redacted version available right at this moment to send to him, Your Honor.
Well, and I'm willing to. We can redact her name off of it. I don't see anything else that specifically identifies.
I have reviewed it, Your Honor. I think her name is the only concerning matter in the impact statement.
Right. So, Ms. Gaunt, any issue if we print, and then probably what I would do rather than, although these people are known to each other still, is I might, do we have scissors in here? I might literally take scissors and cut the bottom of it off.
Judge, if the court would like, I'm happy to review it and then give it back to the court, and the state can send it to me or whoever Mr. Desher's defense counsel is later.
That's not a bad idea, because what I could do, counsel, is you could also go in there and talk about it. I've got house calls to do, which means I have to speak things and then I have to go see people, which buys a little time if the DOs are okay with it. It buys a little time for you to talk to your client back there.
So, Judge, I don't think he and I will need to discuss it. We've discussed everything quite in quite a bit of detail. I'm happy to argue. I would just like to know what's being said. That's all. Just so I'm prepared.
Okay.
May I approach?
Okay, no, it's fine. No, he's gonna give it right back. No, he's gonna give it right back.
You want to stretch it? Let's do it.
And they know each other?
I won't disclose it to my client, Judge. I'll disclose the contents to him later, just not the actual document.
All right, let's give you a minute to do that, and then you can tell me, counsel, if you want the option to go talk to him while I do house call.
Thank you, Judge. May I approach?
Sure, yeah, thank you. Oh, actually, we just have it right there.
Of course.
Okay, all right. So, counsel, did you want a minute with your client, or are you ready to proceed?
No, I'm ready to proceed, but I would ask Ms. Gahn to send me a copy of that so I have it for my records.
Okay, so she is nodding. Okay, all righty.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, so this is, let's see, where I'm going to hear from the state's recommendation, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is asking for a $50,000 cash-only bond along with electronic monitoring as is required by statute. It does appear, at least it's our understanding, we don't think that Mr. Duchard has any prior criminal history, but these are very serious charges. There appears to be a strong weight of the evidence as he has made admissions to law enforcement, as well as it appears that there was a confrontation call and some other information related to that. As the court has reviewed the victim impact statement, the victim appears to be extremely traumatized by this situation, as well as has some significant concerns about whether he will attempt to contact her in the future. Given all of that, we are concerned that he is a danger to the community and believe that that cash-only bond is necessary. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Dorman.
Yes, Judge, thank you. So, Judge, I would like to point out that pretrial services found my client to have a failure to appear score of 1 and new criminal activity score of 1, which is the lowest possible score there is. I am asking the court release my client to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. I understand he can't be released to OR. I will say this is a case that should have been investigated in much more detail before my client was arrested. The police arrested my client mere hours after doing the confrontation call. The alleged offense, as the court's aware, occurred in April. And the alleged victim in the case didn't bring any allegations until October, 6 months later. Within those 6 months, I'm sure the state's not aware of this, but within those 6 months, the alleged victim in this case engaged in continued sexual activity with my client. We have proof of that. The state actually has proof of it because the police took his cell phone. And in the cell phone, they will find text messages and conversations between the alleged victim and my client discussing their sexual and intimate relationship and how it has continued. It wasn't until a break was taken approximately 3 or 4 weeks ago that the alleged victim in this case then went to the police and made these allegations. I am quite confident after speaking with my client. He poses no threat to the alleged victim. He wants nothing to do with her at this point. After what has happened, it's become abundantly clear to him that he should not and does not want to contact her, certainly not her family or her children. My client has no criminal history, has no violent past whatsoever. As the victim points out, he is employed. He would like to return to his employment. My client has no mental health diagnoses, no mental health issues that we're aware of. And Judge, I will say this, I have known Mr. Deschard for some time. I won't get into how I know him, but I have known him for some time. I have never found him to be a threat to the public safety in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and just so you know, and certainly I came out of federal court where
I understand.
I don't give any weight to vouching. Not from the state, not from the defense, I don't give weight to vouching.
Understood, Judge.
Right,
that being said, Judge, my client is not a flight risk by any means. He has lived in Arizona the majority of his life with the exception of 3 years. His home is here, his family is here, his employment is here. My client has a strong family support network whom he lives with, living with both of his parents. No children live at that home for what it's worth to the court. My client, as far as being a danger to himself or others, no prior convictions, no history of felony, never even kicked out of school for a fight in school. My client has no weapons in his home, nor has he ever possessed weapons. He has no intent to possess any weapons. $50,000 cash-only bond is not the least onerous, which, as this court is aware, is what is required if OR is not allowed through the statute and through case law. I would argue that akin to Costa v. Mackey, 227 Arizona 565, Court of Appeals from 2011, that this amount of bond, considering my client's economic status, would be excessive and overly excessive and oppressive in certain ways. I don't believe that it's appropriate. If the court is inclined to give my client a nominal bond in any way, I'd ask that it be secured appearance. I've spoken with my client's family about that. They understand what that means. I've spoken with my client about it. He understands what that means. I've also explained to my client that even if for whatever reason he wanted to have any contact, which of course he doesn't, that he can't, and he has no problem with that. I've explained to my client that he would be on an ankle monitor by statute, and he is understanding of that and okay with that. He simply wants to be able to continue to work and to live his life and to be able to defend this case. And Judge, based off the information that I have learned from speaking with my client, which the police didn't include in their Form 4 because I assume that they haven't done the investigation thoroughly enough yet. When these facts come to light that tend to show that this relationship had gone on for an additional 5 months, I think it will become readily apparent that the one charge in this case may be a bit excessive and certainly not something I think the state will be able to obtain a conviction on, despite the quote-unquote admissions. And I understand, I've read the admissions. I've discussed them with my client. I'm not going to comment on them at this time. I haven't seen the video of them. I haven't listened to the recording of them, so I don't know if the interpretation of them is accurate or not, but I do know that my client is entitled to a defense and that holding him with a high bond that he can't even possibly pay is not least onerous and not appropriate. So I would ask for release to pretrial services with electronic monitoring, of course, no contact with the victim, which again, and I will continue to say ad nauseum, is not an issue. And if the court is inclined to impose a bond, that it be a secured appearance bond, so my client at least has an opportunity to get out with some kind of financial burden held over his head, though I don't think it's necessary or appropriate at this time, Judge. And if for all intents and purposes, I filed a limited notice of appearance because at this time my client is indigent. I'd ask the court find him indigent and appoint counsel. If the family or if my client is somehow able to retain me, then I'll happily file a notice of appearance at that time. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Deckard, I've considered what's been alleged against you. The statements of both counsel, your lack of criminal history, and the written victim impact statement, as I noted. And I find balancing all of these factors, which I have, and this is an unusual case. It is not a typical presentation. I certainly acknowledge that, which is part of why I did not want to do the case at the top of the calendar, is the extent that we were to get into very great specifics about the nature of the case, we would be unable to do that in front of an audience without potentially endangering your safety in the jail population. So I acknowledge that it is an unusual presentation. You do not have any criminal history. The court remains concerned about potential for victim or witness intimidation, the potential for a prison sentence, and the accompanying risks of non-appearance, and those kinds of things. So balancing all those factors, the court will set bail in your case at $25,000 secured appearance bond. Secured means you can use a bail bondsman. And you must, of course, we all know, be on an electronic ankle monitor by law because you're accused of a sexually motivated felony. So that will be explained to you if and when you post a bail. They'll give you the terms of the program. You will have a curfew that will be set by them, so you'll have to talk to them about any work schedule or school schedule that you may have. You can't go to the scene of the alleged crime in this instance, which, if I read the Form 4 correctly, was the alleged victim's home. So that should be easy to comply with.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
very far.
Okay.
Mike, don't say anything.
No contact with the alleged victim. Do not respond to any contact from her. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. That is my standard order in this type of case. Obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that might get served on you if one does. And the no contact order includes no social media, no direct or indirect, don't use third parties, just absolutely no contact. All right, anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Dwarman?
Yes, may I approach and grab the paper?
Sure, and again, if you want to use the room, I'm gonna go do house calls. As long as the DOs have somebody to watch you or they're comfortable with it, you can. If you don't need it, just let them know.
The judge had asked me, I know it's on the paperwork, but the court had asked me to remind, court.
The dates. Very good, well done. And I did appoint a lawyer for you as a backup, Mr. Deckard. I don't think I said it, I'm not sure. But I did appoint the public defender for you in the event that you're not able to retain your own counsel. I do find you're indigent. Those court dates are October 9th, 8:30 in the morning, that's a status conference, and preliminary hearing, October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. The 9th is this coming Thursday.
It is Thursday. Judge, I have a small question to ask.
Can I move it?
Could you move it to the 10th, please?
Yeah, I work.
Mike?
Well, I technically can. They hate when we do that, but in a case like this, Ms. Gaunt, I think we all know.
It's likely.
If the state goes forward on these charges, that date is going to change.
I would agree with that, Your Honor.
Let me just check with my clerk and ask if that's going to cause mass consternation downtown.
Understood, Judge.
Okay, she's just going to double check and make sure that that date is accepting this type of case and not blocked or something, and then I think we can get it done.
Thank you, Judge. And Judge, for the record, I'm going to hang on to my client's paperwork simply because, as the court mentioned, safety purposes.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
That's between you guys.
Ms. Gaunt, if you could tell me, I intend to submit a Trevis letter, of course, if appropriate. Do you know by which date the county attorney's office would like me to get that in?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
But probably by Monday or Tuesday, I bet.
I just want to, find out how much time I generally have, but I understand. Thank you.
And just for your information, counsel, I have been communicating with Mike Minikazi in regards to this case. So I don't know if it's going to him or his bureau, but you might want to touch base with him in regards to that.
Yeah, I would imagine Mr. Minikazi's bureau will handle it. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to recut that paperwork because, yes, we can put this case type in on the 10th, and we're reasonably confident they won't freak out downtown and tell us to move it. So your court date is going to be updated, status conference October 10th at 8:30, preliminary hearing October 13th at 8:30. And so I think, is that everything? Great.
Yes, Judge. Okay, thank you very much.
Sure, no problem. We're going to stand in recess, and Ms. Gaunt, you're welcome to disconnect. Have a great day. All right, now I'm going to do my house call. So officers, I have Joseph LaRue, Paxton Wallace, and Curtis Washington not physically present in court. Is that because they've all been isolated from general population as a potential risk of danger to themselves or others?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then I will conduct each of those initial appearances in-house back in the cell block immediately following this recording. I'll advise Joseph LaRue, born 5/11/73. He's here on an arrest warrant. And yeah, definitely be sure you got your finger on the button because we live stream on the internet, counsel. Counsel, I would be looking at the button, make sure, because we live stream on the internet. So, right, it's like worse than just into FTR. So I was going to say, be careful, you're absolutely positive you're pressing that button. Yeah, I just didn't want whatever you might be saying to actually be, what's the word for legible? Intelligible on the internet. Okay. Sure. Mr. LaRue, born 5/11/73, he's here on an arrest warrant. He got a criminal complaint filed against him charging with dangerous drugs possession, class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. The alleged offense date is September 12, 2024. I'm going to give him a lawyer and 2 court dates. That'll be a status conference October 17 at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 21st at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Provided he does indicate to me that he is able and willing and planning to come to court as ordered, I'm going to release him to pretrial services. And with written release conditions that include no contact with arresting officers, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, driving without a valid license. All right, Paxton Wallace was born 5/16/94. She's here on a new case. She got accused of aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, which is a class 4 felony. There is probable cause for it, and I am appointing a lawyer for her. Her next court date will be a status conference October 9th, 8:30 in the morning, with the preliminary hearing October 13th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. And based on what's been alleged against her and her criminal history, I'm currently inclined to set bail in the amount of $5,000 secured with written release conditions that I will go over with her. Curtis Washington, born 6/18/91, here on a new case. He got arrested for 2 allegations of aggravated assault on law enforcement officers, both class 4 felonies. There is probable cause for those. I am appointing a lawyer for him. His next court date will be a status conference October 9 at 8:30 with a preliminary hearing October 13 at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. Based on his criminal history, and what's been alleged against him, I'm inclined to set bail in his case also at $5,000 secured with written conditions I will go over with him about no going to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any victims, witnesses, or arresting officers. If anything changes after I do these initial appearances in-house, I will update that in my final written order. That will contain the court's ultimate decision. The court will not be updating the recording in this case. So my final order will contain the court's ultimate decision after these initial appearances are conducted. And with that, we will stand at recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon.